Hi everybody, it's Angelique, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel, welcome to my live. I know it's a little late. I think it's almost 10:30 in New York City. Oh, you come in the chat, click like for me. I'm gonna see who's gonna be up, who's coming in. I want to talk about destiny swapping. So let me see who's up. It's Saturday, I believe. Yeah, Saturday. The weekend goes so fast. I'm not even working right now, and the weekend goes so fast. So I know it's going fast for y'all who work a 9 to 5. Let me see who's coming in. I know it's pretty late. Let me see. Let me light. No, I don't need all that light. Hopefully you don't hear my fan in the live because it's hot. It's like humid in New York City. Oh boy. I'm just gonna wait for a little bit. I don't want to be talking to myself because this is a really good topic. If nobody comes in, then I'm just gonna probably have to do this another day. But I thought people would be up. I'm sitting here watching Malcolm X. I can watch that movie over and over and over again. Malcolm X by Spike Lee. I love that movie. So I had the crazy experience um last night. I'm gonna just talk until people start coming into the live. I had this crazy spiritual, I guess you could say spiritual experience um Friday night. Um I went to this restaurant. I'm not gonna say the name, but I live in Queens, New York. So I went to this restaurant and I was like, damn, I want to make it there before happy hour because happy hour ends at 7 o'clock, I believe. So I didn't get to the restaurant until 6 o'clock. So it's Friday night. I'm like, dang, I know it's gonna be popping in there because most people like to drink, eat, at the end of the week. So I get there, and when I get there at the bar, there was only one seat left, and I kind of didn't want to sit there because it was like smack dead in the middle, and it was next to two men. But I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll go sit there because the only tables left were like these side tables that were supposed to be for four people, and I didn't want to take the table and then some party was coming and they need that table. So I asked the guy uh to the left. It looked like he was kind of holding the seat. I said, "Are you holding this for somebody? You got a date with you or someone?" He was like, "Nah, nah, nah. You're sitting there." It was an older Spanish dude. He ended up being Colombian. So he said, "You sitting there." So I said, "Okay, no problem." So I sit down. He said, "Well, I really was saving the seat for my friend." I said, "No problem." So I have a feeling that by the time your friend shows up, there'll be empty seats. I'll move down, and then you and your friend could sit next to each other. He said, "No problem. Okay, cool." So I sit down, and him and I get to talking, and he starts telling me he's an Aries and I'm a Leo. My birthday is gonna be this month, 8/15, and I we start talking about astrology. Then a bartender comes over, takes my drink order, and I like to drink sangria and frozen sangria, frozen margarita mix. So good. It's strong, but it's good. Try it. And uh, we asked the bartender what his sign was. He said he was a Libra. So I said, okay, cool. He said, "Oh my God, I love Leos." It was a gay guy, he was sweet, whatever. And he said he loved Leos. And I said, "Well, I love Libras." So we all start talking about astrology. We start talking about different zodiac signs in our life and stuff like that. And I thought this was really, really interesting. And the Libra started talking about Virgos. And I do not get along with Virgo men. That is the sign that I don't date. All right. My ex from 2021 is a Virgo. I don't know why I gave him a chance, but very good friends. I don't mind being Virgo's friends, but I don't get along with Virgos as a lover or even a close friend. It never really works out with them. You think Aquarius and Pisces are great? My mom was an Aquarius. An Aquarius man actually did witchcraft on me. He did spell work on me, so I don't want to talk about that right now. But how you doing, Moses? Um, I like Pisces men. Pisces men I get along with. But yeah, going back to the story, so we start talking about Virgos, and it was interesting how all three of us had the same Virgo experience. And the bartender said his dad and brother was a Virgo. He doesn't understand them. And I was like, wow, and how critical they are and how judgmental they are. And I was just like, wow. But one thing I will say about Virgo is that they can give you order, right? But what's interesting to me is that their life can be total, hey, Libra, their life can be total chaos, but they will try to find these things that they can fix about you. This is something that I notice about them. So we're talking about the Virgo, and even that, even the guy, the Aries, he's talked about a Virgo woman that he dated, and he was like, I had to tell her, pull over. He said a Virgo woman, they was hanging out, they were going on dates. Something happened to his car, and the woman picks him up for the date. So she's driving, and he said he don't know what he said or did, because Aries act like big kids. This man ended up being a 60-year-old man. He was acting like a big kid in the restaurant. I was looking at him like, oh my gosh, he could not sit still. He kept jumping up and down, going back and forth. But anyway, I have ADHD, so I'll be all over the place with my stories. So he said that he don't know what he did. Maybe he touched the radio, or maybe he touched something in her car, and she was like, like she was talking to him like a kid. And he said, oh, hell no, pull this car over. You don't talk to me like that. He said Virgo women will talk to you like you're the child. He said he couldn't deal with it. But anyway, this Aries man ended up saying how he got married 4 times. And I asked him, out of your 4 wives, who were the best wives? And he said Aries. He said that if he ever got married again or settled down again, he would want to get with another Aries. And I said, an Aries man, an Aries woman? I said, woo, wow. And then he said he had a Leo wife before, and he said that that's the second runner up. I said, wow, interesting. I find that Aries women could be pretty masculine, and I think Aries is masculine. Aries men are masculine too. So to me, it's kind of like 2 men. You know what I'm saying? So he liked it. He said his favorite wife was an Aries. Maybe he likes that aggression, So I don't know. Maybe it was a bedroom. Maybe he's a very sexual person. Maybe he likes Aries women's sex or something like that. Aries men are one of my favorite bedroom matches. Let's just say that. I like Aries men, but Aries men, if they're not evolved, you're in big trouble. An Aries guy that I dealt with years ago, he put me in so much drama. He got me kicked out of a woman's house that I was staying with after my mom died. He got me kicked out of her house. His baby mama was calling my job. I mean, Aries can really get you in some big trouble. You gotta be very careful with them. I'm not really sure. I have to Google that. I'm not really sure when does Aquarius start. That's a good question, but I'm sure it'll be on there. Hey, Real. I love your TikToks. I've been watching them. I'm not sure if it's the 18th or the 19th. All I know is that my mother was born February 14 and she was an Aquarius. That's all I That's all I know. Yeah, y'all should go follow Real on TikTok. It's the same name on TikTok, right? I think so. I don't remember, but I just know you popping up now, so I've been enjoying your videos. Okay, all right. Yeah, go follow Real Nigga Wisdom on TikTok. Very refreshing videos. If you're into spirituality and conscious thinking. But yeah, let me finish telling you about the bar story. So Aries, Aries is like a child, so he's losing attention span, but whatever. He says, let me buy you a drink. You finish your drink already? Let me buy you a drink. So he's like, buy me drinks. I said, listen, you're not going to get me drunk tonight. It ain't going to happen. And, he starts flirting with me and stuff like that. This man's 20 years older than me. I'm not into older men. I'm 40. He's 60. I'm not into older men, but he was cool. He was cool. He was entertaining. So then his friend shows up. And it's so funny how sometimes you meet someone and you think that they are the blessing. You sometimes you meet a person because you're supposed to meet somebody else through them, and this has happened to me so many times where I met people. I even met some lovers, and I was a better match for somebody else that I met through them, or they were a potential lover. This happens. So here his friend comes, and his friend is older too. He has like a salt and pepper beard, and he was Ecuadorian. So the friend comes. I said, okay, let me move so you and your friend can, they said, no, 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 you sit in the middle. We both want to talk to you. I said, oh God, here we go. So now I'm talking to both of them. But through time, me and the Taurus, we lock in, right? Now, me and the Taurus are talking. He's a little younger than him. He's 53. The Ecuadorian dude is 53. But we're not flirting or anything like that. We're just talking about astrology. We're talking about life. We're talking about consciousness. Like, we're talking about all the spiritual shit. And he's like, yo, you're freaking me out. I never thought that I would come to this bar and meet someone like you tonight. I thought, I'm going to meet my friend. Him and I going to get drunk together. I'm going to go home to my wife. And he ended up being married. So he's 53. His wife was 34, and his wife was a Taurus. So two Tauruses together. And he said that he was like, she's the best. And he was married 4 times too. So I said, what is up with you and your friend being married 4 times? What's going on? So I end up telling the Taurus dude I'm a Leo, and his eyes lit up. I said, why your eyes lighting up like that? Let me tell you something, guys. In my life, Taurus is the only man that can see my worth from day one. That is the only sign, I'm telling you. And then maybe Virgo. Virgo and Taurus, I would say. Those are earth sign men see my worth from day one. Fire sign, water sign, air sign, they never see my worth. It takes them like 5, 10, 15, 20 years to actually see the value in me. They just don't get me. They don't get me. Water signs are very sexually attracted to me, but they don't see my value. Not until they go out there and they pick other water signs or air signs and they get screwed over. Then they want to backtrack and be like, oh, damn, all this time you're like wifey material. They don't get me. But the earth signs, they love me. I almost married 2 Taurus men and 1 Pisces dude. But this Taurus dude, I don't know if he has spiritual gifts. He read me like a book. This man read me like a book. And he was able to answer some spiritual questions and conversations I've been having with God. And he said I also answered some things for him too. You said my nails are cool. This neon green is in style. People wearing like even dresses and skirts. So I'm really attracted to this neon. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love this shirt. The singer Carrie Hilson, she was selling these shirts like I think 2 years ago, and I ordered it from her. And it's good quality because it doesn't look raggedy, and I've had it for 2 years. I've washed it so many times. Yeah. It'll be funny if my soulmate isn't black, but I think my soulmate is a person of color at least. But yeah, he ended up asking me, what did I think about autism? And I said, well, I think that, what do I think about people who are autistic and who have ADHD? And I said, well, I think they have spiritual gifts. And I feel sometimes that the soul is not originally from this planet, right? So when it's here, it's hard to adjust to Earth, right? So we don't understand their language. And he was saying how they were trying to diagnose his son with autism because his son wasn't talking. And he said, but you know what? When he said he didn't talk till he was 7 years old. And I said, I don't understand why they diagnose children just because they're not talking. Who said they're not intelligent just because they're not talking? Maybe they don't have nothing to say. Maybe it's a trauma response. Maybe they're more listeners and they're observers. So he said that at school they were teaching his son English, and at home they were speaking Spanish to him. So they had to cut out Spanish and start speaking English to him. And now all of a sudden his son is talking. So he said they misdiagnosed his son with autism, and all of a sudden, when the entire time, it wasn't that his son wasn't intelligent. It wasn't that his son was autistic. It was just that he was confused, basically, and we talked about bipolar disorder. We talked about schizophrenia, and I told him I think it's spiritual attacks. I think that those people are gifted too, but because of the spiritual attacks, that is why they're thinking depression and evil thoughts, and they act out pretty much. But yeah, we were sitting at that bar and we was just talking about some deep stuff. And he told me that I was going to be an amazing mom. And I was like, what the hell? Where's this coming from? He was just like, yeah, I can see you're going to be a mother in the near future, and you're going to be an amazing mother. And I was like, wow, that's deep. That's really interesting that he brought that up, because that's something that I've been talking about and thinking about. And he told me that his ex-wife, who's a Leo, she's, out of all his baby mamas or all his ex-wives, she's the best mom out of all of them. He's like, I don't tell the rest of them that, but he said how Leos are really great mothers. Like, he feels they're born to be mothers. Oh, you're a Libra? I didn't know you were a Libra, real. You can't stay away from Sages? Oh, wow. Sag women or men? That's a big difference. Sag women and men is a huge difference. I can tolerate Sag women, but Sag men, I can't tolerate a Sag man. I just be looking at the Sag men when they talk, and I just be like, a Sag man just remind me of like a jumping bean. There's two type of Sag men. There's the ones that they're more mellow and smooth. Like, that's how I kind of like look at, like, Jay-Z would be more smooth with it, but they still corrupt it, but they're just smooth with their corruption. And then the two talkative type of Sages would be like Mos Def, the rapper, and DMX, the rapper. Those are the more outgoing ones, where you're just like, all right, shut up already, and my dad was more like that too. Just talk, cursing, preaching, always trying to mentor somebody and tell somebody what. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Yeah, Virgo is tough to get along with. Because you know what? If you meet a Virgo that is insecure, you in big trouble. Oh, you missed it, Travel Bug. I just talked about Aries. You missed it. the guy, the first guy I met at the bar, he was an Aries, and he was all over that bar. He was coming to me, he was trying to kiss on me. I said, man, if you don't back up. Then he tried to went down there. He went down there and tried to talk to another woman, and she was a Taurus and she was drunk. She's like, I don't like them Aries. He fine. I would talk to him, but Aries men are full of shit. Get away from me. I was like, uh-oh. So him and the Taurus woman, they were arguing down there. And then there's a Pisces woman at the bar, a black lady. He was flirting with her too. She wasn't checking for it. You know me, I'm nice to you. You buy me drinks, I'm sweet to you, so I had some more decorum to me, pretty much. And then the Taurus dude at the bar, he ended up buying me a drink. I like Aries, I'm a fire sign, I'm a Leo, but I don't really attract Aries women. And the Aries women that I have attracted, they were very masculine. Like, they look physically feminine, but the way they move in life, in business, and in their life, and even in their relationships, they're very masculine, and they attract like beta type males because of that. They were always talking to their men like, get over here, didn't I tell you to do this and do that? I'm like, oh, why she talking to her man like that? That's how all my Aries female friends were. They were always, putting hands on their man. And I'm like, girl, chill out. Like, you doing too much. Fun. They the ones to party with. They always know where to party at. They fun to be around, but they just be doing too much. And I mean, argue, fight in public. I remember I went to Atlanta. I went to brunch with an Aries girl, and she was conservative. She said, oh, I'll be right back. Go get the table, and I'm going to go park the car. Next thing I know, I'm kind of in the parking lot. She about to fight in the parking lot. I said, I can't leave you for 5 minutes, girl. And it was only because I came out, and it was these skinny girls, and they saw a big girl come out. That's when they backed up, like, oh, okay, she too big. She might beat all our asses. But, girl, it was because she was parking, and the other girl felt she took her parking spot, and she thought my friend said, bitch. And my friend said, no, I would have rolled the window down and called you a bitch. I didn't call you a bitch. She's like, who are you? Am I scared of you? And that's when they were about to fight, and if I didn't come out there, they wouldn't have scattered, basically. But, yeah, that's my opinion of Aries. They go-getters. They'll work hard. They like nice things, But them Aries women, they too aggressive for me. They too aggressive for me. They be doing too much. Leo, we have a temper, but it takes us a long time to get there. Like, if you ever make a Leo mad to where they're gonna swing on you, that means you went really, really far. Because our temper has to build up, and then we like, rah, then we get on you. If you really make a Leo that mad they want to hurt you, you really went too far. But it don't take much for Aries to lose it. And I have been so embarrassed in public by Aries. Oh my God. I used to date this Aries guy in my 20s, my late mid-20s, around 24, 25, I think. And we were in KFC. I'll never forget. This is years ago. We was in KFC, and I guess some woman was giving him googly eyes. All right. I couldn't see because my back was facing her. She's sitting at a table this way with her mom. So he's facing this way so he could see her and she could see him. I can't see her. I would have to turn my body to look at her to see what she's doing. Next thing you know, real loud in the KFC, he like, bitch, what you looking at? I don't want you. You see me with my girl. And I was like, what is going on? That bitch over there with her mom, she's up there like blowing kisses at me, trying to get my attention, and she sees me with you, trying to disrespect you like that. Bitch, you ugly. You don't look better than my girl. I'm like, yo, chill out. She's slouching in her seat like, oh my God. And her mom is like, don't talk to my daughter like that. He like, tell your ugly ass daughter, stop looking at me. You trying to disrespect me behind my girl back. Like, I'm not going to say nothing. I don't want you, bitch. Just going in. I was like, all right. I just put all our food in the bag and was like, let's go. We got to get out of here. You could hear a pin drop in KFC. Woo, I'll never forget that. They don't play. Aries are crazy. Aries are crazy. You only need 4 minutes. What that mean, young man? Seers are basic people who can see spiritual. Yup. Am I familiar with the knowledge of seers? I would say so. I am a seer. Real says, my ex was a Virgo and he was very jealous of me and highly critical. Oh yeah, when a Virgo is um very insecure, they're more critical. Even a light-sided Virgo is critical, because they're supposed to be like, they're supposed to make things better, be the organizer, you know, be the perfectionist. They're trying to like perfect the environment and perfect people. But I be thinking, like, why did God give them that type of gift? Unless it's for business, but not to like perfect people, because we're not supposed to be perfect. And they're not perfect, you know? And I mean, I was dating a guy one time and he was living on his grandmother's couch and was trying to tell me, like, oh, stop wearing weaves, stop wearing makeup. Like, why are you trying to change me and you living on your grandmother's couch? Change yourself first. So that's my issue with Virgos. It'd be like their life can be like a hot ass mess and they'll still be trying to perfect everybody around them. And it's like, shouldn't you start with yourself? And even my ex, I love him. I love him to life. All right. We're still friends to this day. He's like one of my best friends in my head. I have a lot of respect for him, but he's a hoarder. His car is disgusting. His house is disgusting. And it's like, he would try to fix all these things about me. And I'm like, baby, your car is dirty. I had to help you clean out your car. I had to remind you to clean out your car. I had to tell you put crates in your car so that you could put stuff in there, because it'll be crazy. I had to make sure this man cleaned out his car because I thought there were going to be roaches and bed bugs in there eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's disturbing, but that's how he grew up. You know, his mother's a hoarder, so he thinking that that's correct. And I'm telling him, like, baby, no, this is not correct. Your environment shows how your brain is and how you are internally. You got to clean up your fucking house. It wasn't dirty in his house, but it was pat racky. Like, I can't think in a place like that. So there'll be times where I'm like, nah, we got to go to my house. I cannot sleep like this, you know. And it's like, they'll be trying to perfect people, but they got a lot of flaws they need to perfect, pretty much. I'll get to that question, Nia. Just give me a second, honey. Um, but yeah. Anyway, I thought that, you know, like what happened last night with me meeting that Aries and me meeting that Libra and me meeting that Taurus, I thought that was really powerful, and I'm really happy that God allowed me to meet those people last night. You know, I ended up having to leave because I had to go to Trader Joe's, and Trader Joe's closes at 9. So I was able to catch the doors right before Trader Joe's closed. Then I was like, after I finished coming out of Trader Joe's, like 30 minutes later, I was like, oh, maybe I should go back to that bar. But I was like, no, I'm a little bit too drunk. Let me go home. And no, it's okay. I got ADHD too. I just gotta tell the story. I gotta finish what I'm saying, because if not, I will forget what I'm saying. But yeah, I really was blown away. And I want to tell y'all this energy right now, as we shifted in, I know we're in Mercury retrograde, but this energy that we shifted in, the Leo season, this energy is powerful. Please manifest, because yesterday I did something. I said something, and within 30 minutes, it came true. So manifestations are happening very fast. And I ended up getting 2 job interviews, and it was like that. And I was just like, I'm getting interviews, I'm getting hired, I'm getting this, and within 30 minutes it happened. So please use this energy very wisely. Write it down or say it in your mind. And I said this in my mind, okay, and it happened immediately. So I was just like, oh shit, this is crazy. Thinking of somebody you want to contact, you want to talk to somebody, um definitely manifesting right now, because this energy, I don't know what kind of energy this is right now, but this is powerful. Because I have been sitting around since June trying to make shit pop off and nothing. It was like every door was closed. I go to door A, closed. I go to door B, closed. And I was falling into like a depression over this. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? But this a energy shift right now, and it's just so beautiful. So please use this energy. I know people don't believe in time, but what I do believe in is a moment of energy. And something I want to say is, there is a moment of energy where you will be famous. There is a moment of energy where you will have a chance to be with somebody who you love. There is a moment of energy where you will make a certain amount of money. That energy is not there forever. I'm gonna give you an example. You know how they call people one hit wonders, that type of thing. What happened was they didn't keep creating sometimes in that moment of energy. You only get a certain amount of energy to use to make shit pop off. Like even when I even think back to 2015, when I had started this channel. So back then I was doing narcissistic videos, and I remember I was getting a lot of views back then. You can go to my old videos. I think one of my videos has like 30,000 views. I don't get views like that. I'm lucky if I get 100 views in a video now. You feel me? That's 2015. A video that has 30,000 views? What? I don't got that today. You feel me? So use that moment of energy right now, guys. I'm telling you. And it's going to manifest very fast. Don't wait. Even sometimes with love relationships or friendships, it's like you try to go back and it's like, it ain't there, because that energy is not there anymore. You get it? Hey, Nicole. Lionsgate portal. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. Affirmations are from God. Meditate on the word of God in night and be transformed by renewing of your mind. Yeah, that's true. Some people do use the Bible. I'm not a Bible reader. I'm not a Christian. So my affirmations come from spiritual downloads from God. Hey, LaJordan. Yes. I actually just told one of my clients that the other day too. I kept telling my client that, Kay, I was like, yo, things ain't changing because you keep talking that negativity. You keep talking negatively about your life. That's all that's going to manifest. You feel me? That's all that's going to manifest, basically. So you gotta watch what you say, and you gotta be watching what you're thinking as well. So you said, LaJordan says, why am I always getting blocked by other girls? Haven't done anything but said what I think about. I don't really think that you should worry about being blocked by people, because if you're being blocked by those people, they're just not meant to be in your life. I get blocked all the time because of how I speak about things. Let me go back to hey, Raquel, what's up? Nia said, I'm gonna talk about destiny swapping. I always talk in the beginning of my videos. All right, so Nia says, I am a seer. I guess what I wanted to know is, do you have prophetic dreams, and how do you cope whenever it comes to pass? If so, yeah, so as a seer, that's part of your gift. You're gonna get prophetic dreams. I've been getting them since I was a child, so I've had time to just adjust to it. Um, you just cope. That's it. You just deal with it. You look at it as a gift. It's a spiritual gift. There are people who don't get dreams about things that are about to occur. Write when you get the dream, write it down, because a lot of times you will not remember. Have a book on your nightstand, under your bed, under your pillow, have a pen. When you wake up, whatever you can remember, write the dream down. It's a gift. It's nothing to be scared about. And I wouldn't have it any other way. A lot of fear comes from the way that you think about things, you know. So years ago it used to scare the crap out of me, but now it's like, wow, that's beautiful, that's special, how I'm able to know before something happens. That's pretty fly. Some people don't know. Maybe you don't want to know, but I like to know, because it helps me to prepare emotionally. um so you may not like it, it may creep you out, but I'd rather know than not know. I can't tell you how to cope about something you don't want to know. um Sometimes you're given a dream so that you can help people, tell people, or sometimes you're given a dream to help you prepare before that incident happens. Sometimes you're given a dream so you can know the truth about somebody. Sometimes you're given a dream, um, as a warning. Sometimes you're given a dream, just for the hell of it, just because it ain't meant for you to tell nobody. It's meant for you to just keep the information to yourself. So through relationship with self, through your own intuition, and through your relationship with God. When you don't have a relationship with God, then you're not going to know how to navigate and what to do with those dreams. That means you won't have discernment on, damn, should I go tell this person? Should I keep this information to myself? So how I coped with it through the years is I stopped seeing it as a negative thing. I stopped fearing it and started embracing it as more as a gift and an honor that God would even send me a dream to tell me these things, pretty much. It gets exhausting. I'll be like, damn, I didn't even want to know that about that person. Now I know, now I really got to make moves. Now I got to leave them alone. Now I got to make plans and things like that. Like, I knew when my mom was going to die. I knew when my aunt was going to die. I knew when my grandmother was going to die. Like, I still feel honored that God let me see a glimpse of that. So that way, when it came, I wasn't in total shock. So I'm thankful for it. So you got to look at it as a blessing, and that's how you cope. And you play with your spiritual gifts. Like, I play with my spiritual gifts all the time. Like, you can have fun with it. You could be like, oh, by the end of the day, so and so gonna call me. Oh, I'm gonna see a blue jay. I'm gonna see a crow. Play with your spiritual gifts. This is how you build a relationship with your spiritual gifts. This is how you build a relationship with God. So that way, that's why people like, how are you so confident in God? Because me and God are like this. I know when God is talking to me. I know when other people's thoughts are talking to me. I know when my thoughts are talking to me, because I spent enough time alone. That's why a lot of times you get isolated, is because you're not listening, and God's going, all right, I'm gonna take that man, that woman, that friend, that family member away, because you're not listening. You're not focusing on your spiritual gifts. You're not healing. You're not doing your healing work. You're paying attention to all this material shit. You're paying attention to penis and to vagina. So now I'm going to isolate you until you perfect your gifts, until you perfect meditating, until you know your own inner voice, until you know God's voice. Now you're going to be alone. People don't work on their relationship with self and God, and that's why they be lost. And it's not me being like, oh, I just know much. All I'm saying is the only thing I did different was I learned to spend time with myself, and I would practice my own gifts. Like, I'll go to a party and be like, let me guess that person's sign, or let me guess that person's past. I would do stuff like that, and then they start talking and be like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I see like a spirit of drugs on that person, or I see a spirit of sexual abuse or something like that on that person. And then through time, I learned that is really what those people dealt with in their life. So I Like y'all go to the gym and y'all work out, which I need to do, but I work out spiritually. I'm always working and testing and, practicing and perfecting my gifts and working on my spiritual discernment. So that's how I do it, basically. It's like going to a spiritual gym in your mind. You record majority of your dreams. I overanalyze them sometimes. Nah, don't overanalyze them. Oh, hey, India. I didn't know you was in the house. Damn, I've been talking for 40 minutes already. That went fast. That is true. I don't be getting dreams that's not from God. If y'all getting dreams that's not from God, then I never had a dream sent from like a spirit or something, or a demon. I don't get dreams sent from like demons and dark entities and stuff. But I have heard people say that they have, but I've never had that before. I've had my own fears, my own subconscious create negative dreams. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I never got attacked in my dreams before, but I can't say that other people don't get attacked. But the dreams that I had that were prophetic, they came to pass. They actually happened pretty much. And they prepared me for what was coming. Any dream that I had of somebody and it was showing me who they were, it was revealed that's who they were. So I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, that's never happened to me. Like, even when people be like, oh, they say sex dreams are evil, I don't be having sex dreams. I don't be having that. I may be having daydreams and stuff, but I don't be having sexual dreams and stuff like that. They say like, oh, if you having sex in your dreams, that's like a succubus or incubus, doing that to you in your dream. I guess that's true, but I don't be having sexual dreams like that. I think I show intimacy in my dreams, meaning like hugs and kisses and stuff, but I don't be seeing myself having intercourse in my dreams. So be careful with that. Years ago, I had a dream that I was intimate in my dream. And the reason why I had that dream was because the person I had slept with, they had a demonic, like a sex demon on them. So their spirit entered mine. That happened. That is true. Okay, what India say? India, how was your birthday? Happy birthday to the Leos in the chat. How was your birthday? India says, do you believe that Satan can interfere with your dreams and may not be a message from God? Oh yeah, I just finished talking about that. I think it is possible. A lot of people's spirit is open, I guess. And I guess them spirits be whispering in your ear. If people suffer with what's that thing called? They suffer with what is it called? Not sleep apnea. When the spirit be attacking y'all and you're sleeping, I can't get up. What the hell is that thing called again? Then I guess so. Oh wow. How I say your name? I'm gonna call you Hayes. Thank you for what you do. As a Black woman, I'm serious about getting out of the U.S., especially since I'm not going to say her name because I don't want my live to get shut down. I'm going to say Sonia. I really am alone in this world. You're not alone. You're never alone. You're never alone. You may not have family or friends, but go outside right now. You're never alone. Last night, I told you I just spent maybe about 3 hours sitting at a bar talking and end up having a spiritual conversation. I never would have thought that I would go on a Friday night. I just wanted one drink because that's all I could afford because I ain't working right now. All I wanted was one $8 drink. And the next thing you know, I'm having a spiritual conversation at a bar. And what if I decided not to go in that bar? Well, it's really a restaurant that has a bar. What if I decided not to go sit down by myself as a woman, okay? And I wasn't dressed up. I had a head wrap on my head, and I had like a long cover up, it's like a silky type of cardigan, Afghan type of style with a little tank top underneath. I had no makeup on. I had lipstick on, but I had no makeup on. And you just never know. People will talk to you. You ain't gotta be sitting there looking all cute. You know, people will feel your energy, and God will use you in the most interesting ways. It's crazy. God will find a way to give you a message that you need in the craziest ways, you know? There you go. Sleep paralysis. Yeah, sleep paralysis, I believe, is a spiritual attack. I think I said this before. We talked about this before in a live with sleep paralysis. You got to do healing work. You got to do cleansing of yourself. Have to take a spiritual bath with herbs. You have to cleanse your bed, cleanse your space, cleanse your home, because that is definitely a spirit attacking you. Hey, awake in Kenya. All right, guys. Y'all got to stop. Look, this is a spiritual channel. I'm not a Christian, I'm a spiritualist. So when y'all put Bible verses on my channel, when you are pushing Jesus Christ on my channel, when you are saying the things that I believe in is demonic, I gotta get rid of you off my channel because it's disrespectful. Because I don't go on Christian channels and say, hey, stop reading the Bible. What you believe in. You believing in Jesus Christ. You believe in that Jesus Christ is the Son of God is wrong. So please do not come on my channel telling me my beliefs are wrong, because I don't go to your accounts. I don't go to your churches. I don't go to your organizations and tell you what you believe is wrong. We have to all respect each other's beliefs. This is a spiritual channel. This is not a religious channel. I am a spiritualist. I left Christianity 11 years ago. So please respect me and respect my channel. I don't play that over here. Okay, I had to get rid of that person. I don't mean to just be rude, be mean, but I got to get rid of people that are being disrespectful to my beliefs. I don't think it's personal. I just think that people believe in something and they think that that is the only truth. There is no way that there are billions of people on this planet and we're all supposed to have the same spiritual path. Let's be fucking for real. All right? Hey, Alicia. Sorry, I don't play that. So if you come in my live and you're pushing that shit, you're pushing your religion. I don't care what religion it is. You're pushing your religion. You're saying that my beliefs are demonic. You're out of here. You're gone. I don't play that. I don't play that. Because I don't come on your shit talking that crap. So don't come on my shit talking that crap. All right. Don't piss this Leo off. All right. I'm in a good mood, good energy. Finally, don't piss me off. Jordan says, I'm having thoughts about someone I haven't seen in 6 months. Yeah, that's retrograde energy. So that means that maybe you need to not revisit them, but revisit why you having these thoughts about this person. And it can mean that they're thinking about you too. I don't think everybody from our past or everyone we cut off, I don't think they're all bad people. So start thinking, right on paper, why do I think I'm thinking about this person? For me, when I start thinking about people from my past, most of the time they're trying to reach out to me. They're thinking about me pretty much. And sometimes I'll go to my TikTok and I'm seeing them popping up in my story, watching my story, or they're in my follow. So sometimes you're feeling the person's energy, and that's the reason why you're thinking of them. It don't even sometimes be that you need to rekindle with them, but I think we need to be realistic. Not everyone we cut off was a negative person. Sometimes it was time for us to part with them, and sometimes it's meant for you to rekindle. What sparked my spiritual awakening? You used to be 7 Day Adventist too. It naturally happened. I I always felt when I was a child that something wasn't right. I always felt it. I remember being like in Sabbath school, and I remember I might have been about maybe 6 or 7 years old, in cradle roll, they call it Sabbath school. And they were talking about the story about Jonah in the Bible and how he got swallowed by a whale. And I remember being a kid like, mm-mm, that can't happen. And them telling me, Angelique, shh, shh, be quiet, be quiet. And I'm like, mm-mm. I'm like, Noah's Ark? That didn't happen. Does that mean that they like? I was in my head like, does that mean that they slept with the kids? How were they the only people that survived? That means that they slept with their kids and to have more children. How did they put two lions and two elephants on that ship? Like, I was a kid asking questions. Like, the things that were in the Bible did not never made sense to me since I was a child, right? Even in my spirit, even my connection to Jesus Christ didn't feel authentic. It felt empty. There was so many things about women in the Bible. I was just like, this is damn right, like downright abusive, you know. And I remember asking questions like, women weren't even allowed to preach in my faith, in 7 Day Adventism. And I was just like, this is strange. Like, the way they treated women in religion, in that particular religion, was horrible. It's a little bit less stricter now. They weren't even allowed to have like drums. We weren't even allowed to rock back and forth in church. We weren't allowed to clap in my religion, that I grew up in. And I was like, this is crazy. You know, Slowly, as I started to develop a relationship with God, I really felt God was calling me out. Like, you're a fraud. That's what I was feeling. I was feeling like I was being a fraud by being Christian. And I was, because I knew in my heart, I knew something wasn't right. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to disrespect anybody's beliefs. But for me, Christianity and religion was too small for my spirit. And then the spiritual gifts that I had was starting to increase. The closer you get to God and the closer you get to yourself, you start doing your healing work, the stronger your spiritual gifts become. So what happened was, when my spiritual gifts increased, they started saying, oh, I think you need to go get a mental health evaluation. I'm going, I ain't crazy. Oh, because I know who you are, because I could see demons on people. Oh, they literally was saying I should go get a mental health evaluation. They was calling me crazy because I knew too much spiritually. So they were fake. They didn't have the spiritual gifts. Then I tried Baptist church. Then I tried Pentecostal. I tried non-denomination, and it was the same. And God basically was letting me know, no, 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 no. You don't need to be in religion. You don't need to be in Christianity, period. And that's what made me leave Christianity. And as soon as I left Christianity, my spiritual gifts and me skyrocket. It was so scary. I couldn't even keep up with my spiritual gifts. It was insane. And when I would bump into my old Seventh-day Adventist, Christian friends, they would be talking to me and they'd be like, how are you growing like this? Because I think that when you leave the church, that you're like backsliding, you're out there drinking and drugging and having sex with men and doing all this crazy stuff. But when I would have conversations with the religious leaders, they were blown away. They were like, how the hell are you growing this fast? How do you know this information? Because a lot of information, I was getting spiritual downloads. I wasn't reading it from the Bible. So that's what made me leave. It actually was me listening to the inner voice of God, listening to my own intuition. And it's one of the best things that ever happened to me in my life, leaving Christianity. And I think a lot of people go backwards because they get scared of their own power, and they see their own demons. I didn't get scared when I saw things that I needed to heal from. I didn't get scared when I would see spirits and demons, and I didn't get scared. I embraced it, and I got closer to God. But that's my journey. So that's what made me leave. It was I felt fake. I was like, yo, I'm living a lie. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I would be in church. I would be like falling asleep in church. I would be in church and it was like the same fucking sermon over and over, regurgitating. I even tried to start like a spiritual club for young people and they wouldn't let me do it. You know why they told me? They said a woman can't hold this position by herself. You got to find a man. You're not married. You don't have, I had a boyfriend at the time, but you're not married. So maybe if you were married, we would allow you to start this particular program in the church. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And I went and got an elder and he said, okay, let's do it together. And he was the first elder of the church. So I brought the elder to the pastor and I said, well, now I got an elder with me. Can we do this program together? And he would not approve it. That's what made me leave the church. That's what made me leave Christianity. Oh, God. Nicole said I was Adventist. The no pants, no earrings, the church seemed much. Yeah, yup. People don't even believe me. I didn't grow up with wearing earrings. I was allowed to wear pants, but not in church. I could wear pants to school, but not in church. You always had to have on a skirt or a dress. I grew up. I didn't eat seafood until I was in my 20s. So you grow up mostly vegetarian. You could eat meat, but most Adventists are vegetarian. So that's how I know how to make vegetarian meals. Growing up, I didn't no pork. Um, I ate pork maybe in my 20s and got very sick. So I don't eat pork. I still can't eat much seafood either. Like if I love lobster, but if I eat lobster, I'll get a tummy ache. It tastes good. I don't eat crab legs or nothing like that. Some of us weren't allowed to even go to the movies growing up. I tell you, 7-day Adventism is very strict, and it depends on what country you live in. Um, because I did see in certain countries, I believe in the Philippines, that 7-day Adventists, they wear jewelry. So it depends on what country you live in, but it was very strict growing up. I didn't go to school for any holidays. Halloween was like, I had to stay home on Halloween. That's Satan's birthday. I wasn't allowed to go to parties like that growing up. I could have a party, but we weren't like dancing and stuff like that too much. I really wasn't. I was sneaking listen to rap music. My stepfather did not want us listening to R&B or rap music. It was my mom who would sneak and buy me CDs and let me listen to it. What else? It was a lot of stuff. So I grew up really goody two shoe. Some people would never think that about me. So that's why I seem very conservative, because I was raised extremely strict and conservative. in that religion. It's to the point that people used to be like, you in a cult? Like friends that I went to school with, because I went to public school. I didn't want to go to the private religious school. My parents wanted me to, and I said no. I was like, no, I want to go to regular school. And they my friends would be like, you're so weird. Why can't you listen to that? Why can't you wear that? Why can't you do that? And I'd be like, I can't. It's against my religion. They did not understand that. Pretty says, I feel like my spiritual knowledge has outgrown church building. Well, then that means it's time for you to get up out of there. I don't get scared, but the enemy always throws something at me. Well, throw it back. Throw it back. You know, like, you know, these spirits only fuck with people who they know they can. Nicole says, my spiritual awakening happened at a non-denominational, and God started to show me things in dreams and gave me words of knowledge to share to people, and pastor got jealous and they treated me bad. Yep, a lot of these pastors are frauds. I had 3 pastors. Oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about that. Let's just say I scared 3 pastors. One pastor actually physically ran out of the church away from me. The shit was crazy. I'll never forget that. Oh my God, I will never forget that. I remember I was dating this guy. This was the last church I went to. It was a African Methodist or something like that. And I was dating this guy, and he said, you know what I find very strange? My pastor, normally when there's new members, he like wants to talk to you, but he never approaches you. This is strange, right? So he said, I'm going to bring you up to the altar with me because I want to see how he's going to react to you. And I was like, you sure you want to do that? He said, yeah. So he said, yeah, come to prayer meeting with me. So I went to prayer meeting with him. And then he brung me. We went up to the altar together. We're holding hands. So he knows that me and this guy is dating. He knows that I'm with him. The pastor took one look at me. He had a mic in his hand. He was like, he just kept staring at me like I was the IRS on his ass for fucking tax money. He looked so scared. He was like shaking. He never shook my hand. He never spoke to me. He moved on the other side of the like near the pulpit. And the guy I was dating looked at me and was like, yo, did you see that? And that blew that guy's mind away. He was like, I know you're not demonic. I know you're not demonic. He said, yo, you just exposed my pastor to me. Because I've never seen him shake. I never seen him tremble like that looking at somebody. And I said, well, what you want me to do? And my dumb ass still kept going to that church, and eventually I stopped going. That was the last church that I attended. And, you know, no offense to nobody, but what that man was hiding was he was homosexual. And he was lying to his congregation. And, you know, Christianity do not believe in homosexuality. And, you know, he liked them young boys. Let's just put it that way. So, and I saw that on him. And he knew, his spirit knew I can see that. So that man was shaking in his freaking boots. Karen says, true, some SDA churches are more relaxed than others. It also depends on the pastor. Exactly. Hey, Universal Human, what's up? How you been? You said this retrograde is crazy? Yeah, I guess so. It is a little bit. Fried pats. I haven't had fried pats in years. I used to love the prime steak. That damn gravy is so good. Oh, the church that I grew up in is not too far from my house, and they have a vegetarian store inside of the church, inside my old church, my home church. They sell the food and stuff like that. So if I ever really want that stuff, I could go buy it. The only thing about that food, it is so much sodium in that damn food. In many ways, universal human says, in many ways, being sheltered as a child protects you from trauma. Sometimes I had plenty of trauma, even though they protected me from certain things. My mother should have been protecting me from my own stepfather. He was a fucking demon. You know, they was trying to protect me from other people outside the home when all along I needed protection from my own stepfather. India says we couldn't celebrate any holidays at all. I remember sitting outside of the door in grade school during Valentine parties and all holiday parties at school. Aww, that sucks. But you know what's funny? When I think about it, you really didn't miss anything. These holidays, I don't celebrate holidays now. None of them. You know, I only observe New Year's Eve because that's the day that my mom died on. And my mom was born February 14th. So sometimes I might go out to dinner, you know, but holidays is bullshit. It's all about money and rituals. That's all it is. India says the minister at the mosque will go out of his way to call me out about destroying me. I feel like it's because of my spirit. Definitely. Oh, wait. Oh man, what am I talking about? I'm up there reading two different things at the same time. Pretty, what was that? Pretty Pity says, I feel like people shy away from me or don't like me. Some even try to destroy me. I feel like it's because of my spirit. Yep, that's most likely what it is. And that's why you got to be strong and love yourself and understand how powerful you are. Don't get me wrong, it gets exhausting getting cut off by people, getting mistreated by people, but let the trash take itself out. India said the minister at the mosque I will go out of his way to call me out about my feminine tendencies out loud in the mosque. That's wrong. You don't do that. That's disrespectful. I didn't like that. I think I told y'all that story. You know, I had a friend I grew up with in church, and he, you know, went trans, and they mistreated him so bad. And I to this day, that really bothers me. You don't do no shit like that. I understand that Christianity don't believe in things like that, but they did not have to. You don't have to mistreat someone because you don't agree with their lifestyle. And he ended up becoming a sex worker. It was sad. He had to go move to like this boarding house where gay people lived to have safety. It was horrific, and that was so sad because he shouldn't have had to have done that. She shouldn't have to have go through that because we were there. They should have been more kind to them. Miss Sweet Lady says exactly. The danger is in the home a lot of times. All right, guys, I feel horrible because the title says destiny swapping, and we ain't been talking about no dang on destiny swapping. And then people are going to come on my video and be like, I thought this chick said this video was about destiny swapping. So we have to talk about destiny swapping. So I really have to talk about this, and then I'll have to let them know in the comment section that the video don't start until a whole hour later. Now I've been talking an hour. I need financial blessings. This is my only job right now until I'm hired. I need financial blessings. For those of you who can't afford it, please send me a donation. Um, Somebody write my Cash App in the comment section. My Cash App is $the light777, and my Zelle is neoangie3000 at yahoo.com. Now I'm gonna have to go in on this destiny swapping because this is a message that really needs to be told. Okay, I'm about to get into this. All right. Yeah, we got to get on topic. We talked about church, food, we talked about zodiacs, we talked about everything but the damn topic. All right, let me take a sip of my coconut water. Okay. mm. All right, destiny swapping. So there's different forms of destiny swapping. And I think a lot of y'all might have had your destiny swapped. And people will say, nobody can take anything from you. But to me, I think that's BS. All right. So there's many different forms of destiny swapping. So destiny swapping, in my opinion, is when something was meant for you and somebody came around you, right? Or altered and played with your energy to take your destiny from you. So that means something that was meant for you, they took it, right? And a lot of times, even though you could be a chosen one, I feel like chosen ones, or so to say, God's people, they can have spiritual protection on them, but a lot of times it'll slow up your blessings. It'll stop something that was meant for you because they took it, they altered it, or they got into your mind to make you not fulfill that destiny. You get it? So it's not always all the time the person took your destiny. They took it by manipulating your mind. So you didn't fulfill that spiritual task that God wanted you to fulfill. I get it? Thank you so much. Let me get into, hold on a minute. Okay, cool. All right, so one form of destiny swapping can be done spiritually. Click like on the chat for me if you're in here. So one form of destiny swapping is people actually see, you can get harmed by not knowing certain knowledge. Okay, so there's something called the Akashic records, right? There's something called a birth chart. A lot of people believe, you see, people be thinking astrology is, oh, I'm a Libra, I'm a Taurus, I'm a Leo. No, there's something called the Akashic records, right? And there's something also called a birth chart. So there's people who do spell work, right? There's people who can look into your Akashic records, meaning they can look into your past lives. There's some people who can read a birth chart, astrological chart, see your houses, see your placements, and they know exactly what your destiny is. So if they know your destiny, they know your past life, they can fuck your life up. All right. They got your birth time, right? That's why you don't be giving your birth time to everybody and where you were born and your birth date and all that stuff, because with that small information, people who don't believe in astrology, people who don't believe in Akashic records, they don't think that this exists, and it does. Even your own government uses these forms of tactics and methods to plan out everything around the planet, okay? And these people pay other people, they'll pay, witches and warlocks, all right, who will steal your destiny through that way, right? Then there's other family members who they have their own power. So they'll use that information to take your destiny that way. Another form of destiny swapping is through narcissism. Perfect. You said you following? What'd you say? India said, I had a narc friend that took a good friend from me, but couldn't keep that friend because she wasn't me. Yes, that happens. I definitely will get to that, right? So the other form of destiny swapping I noticed came from narcissists. Narcissists are destiny killers. Okay. So if you meet a narcissist or you meet a toxic individual, they're going to fuck your whole life up. Excuse my language. They're going to mess your whole life up. All right. Chosen ones, spiritual ones, people who have a high calling on their life and they're supposed to be doing spiritual work, right? So if you can get a chosen one off their spiritual track, you can get a person that has a high calling off track. That means that other lives are not going to be saved, because one chosen one can help thousands of people. All right. That one chosen one, perfect example. Bob Marley was considered a chosen one. He brought so much peace at a time where there was so much war going on in Jamaica, right? He brought white people, Asian people, black people. His music was so healing at that time that it calmed down Jamaica. He had to leave his own country, right? And when he came back, he brought so much peace. There was so much chaos in Jamaica that thousands of people followed the music and the anointing that was in Bob Marley's voice, right? But he had to leave. He had to live in London. He got sick. He had a lot of things going on with him, right? So people will try to throw these particular powerful people off so that way they can't fulfill their destiny. Every chosen one has a destiny. Everybody who has a high calling, they have a destiny. If you are stuck with a narcissist where you're being abused, you're being tormented, narcissists torment you spiritually and mentally, how are you going to fulfill your destiny? That's destiny swapping. So instead of you being powerful, you end up being depressed, drinking, smoking, gaining weight, losing weight, sick. All these bad things happen, in the destiny that you were supposed to have, you end up not having. That is a form of destiny swapping. I remember when I would hang out with narcissists, all my best friends years ago used to be narcissists. And I started to wake up because I remember going, how come they're having all this good luck? I'm telling you, it was like I had so much bad luck when I was around these narcissists. My life started to mimic them, and then their life started to become how my life was before I met them. Every job they applied for, they got it. Any job I applied for, I wouldn't get it. My money was fucked up. My health was fucked up. Romantic relationships were fucked up. I was being abused at home. Nothing went right because they destiny swapped with me. They took my good energy and became literally me. This is how sick this is. And a lot of times you don't see it coming because, you weren't taught to look for these type of things. You don't really realize just spending time with somebody could literally start to exchange energy with you. Then if you're sleeping with them, even just talking on the phone. Why do you think the narcissist talks to you on the phone for hours? They're taking notes on who you are. They're listening to all your hopes and your dreams and your visions and your plans. Why do you think that business plan failed? Because then they start speaking doubt on that business plan. Why do you think that relationship didn't work out? Because that narc friend or family member wished that you and that man or woman wouldn't be together. Why do you think you didn't have that baby? Because they was praying bad on your wound or on your seed that you wouldn't have a child. That's destiny swapping. They literally take your life away from you. And then you wake up and be like, oh, damn, man, I had so many dreams and plans and I don't know what happened. I just got bad luck. You ain't got bad luck. You talk too damn much. And you told the narcissist all your hopes and your dreams. You know what narcissists did for me? Narcissists taught me not to run my mouth like that. I run my mouth on social media, but I don't sit up here telling y'all my future plans and what I want to do. No, I tell y'all just a little bit. I give y'all a little bit of crumbs, but I can't tell y'all everything. I don't know who's watching me. I just realized that there's people from my past who found my YouTube channel and they watching me. So imagine somebody a narcissist that is mad I cut their ass off years ago is watching me right now and say, oh yeah, so she want to do that. Now I know I'm a light a candle and make sure she don't do that business. She's not successful. Oh yeah, she say she want to get married and have kids. I'll make sure every relationship she have fail. That's why you can't talk. It's sad that you cannot share your hopes and your dreams with people. It's sad. You got to be very careful with this. Tell people maybe 10, 15%. Wait until your dream comes true and then you pop out on them. They can't destroy what they don't know. And I know y'all get cocky. Well, I'm blessed by Jesus Christ. I'm covered in the blood. Okay, I know a lot of people who say they were covered in the blood. They got destiny swapped. Nothing's happening for them. And even if they can't take it from you, there is detours. They slow up the process. So no, I've never really had nobody really take my entire life from me, but they slow up the process. Perfect example, I've been supposed to have moved out the country. But when my first cousin stole $30,000 of my inheritance, she slowed up my destiny, right? So a lot of bad things happened to her. Her son got shot at. You know, her health declined. She went gray overnight. She looked 60 in the face. A lot of bad things happened to her for stealing that money from me because she slowed up my destiny. I'm going to get out the country. It's just going to take me longer now because I had money stolen from me. So even when these people destiny swap with you, even when these people steal from you, they steal your destiny, bad things happen to them. Okay? Bad things will happen to them. It doesn't work. It won't be successful because it doesn't fit their life. It wasn't for them. This is the thing these idiots don't think about. Hello, you wasn't supposed to be with that man or woman. I was supposed to be with that man and you married him. You're not supposed to be with him. What are you doing with him? That happened. What are you doing with her? Why'd you have a baby with her? Why'd you have a baby with him? You know, not that you stole my man or you stole my woman, but you know you wasn't supposed to marry that person. A lot of times, the person, they were told, God told them, marry her, marry him, and it was the chosen one, and they didn't. They disobeyed because, oh no, I don't want to be with the chosen one because they get too much attention. They too hard to be with. I don't want to change to be with the chosen one. And don't you know your ex went and married somebody else? They were supposed to be your husband or your wife, and they disobeyed God, and they went and married the next person. They married the easier bitch, the easier man. And then what do you think happened? Every man that God told them to be with me, and they went and chose somebody else, what do you think happened? They always ran back. Maybe 6 months to a year later. Oh, I picked the wrong woman. I'm so sorry. I'll divorce her. I'll break out with her. I want to be with you. No, thank you. You disobeyed God. And I was to be like, wait a minute. Why did God tell me that was my husband? And why he marrying this other woman? What the fuck is going on? They disobeyed God. And what do you think happened? All those men, they're either in the marriage and they're miserable. They try to come back for me, or they got divorced because they wasn't supposed to marry that woman. So that's how also your destiny can get swapped. Sometimes the lover you was with did not listen when God told them, that's your wife, that's your husband. Let's see. Hey, D. Davis, glad you caught my live. Pretty says, facts, I sit back and listen, but how do I get my life back now? You get your life back by calling your energy back to you, and you just start creating again. Create a new life, but stop telling them your business. You get your life back by stop being around negative people. What they don't know, they can't destroy. This is why I had to delete my Instagram, guys. This is why I had to delete my Instagram. I have an Instagram now, but there ain't nobody on there. You know, I just look at businesses and you know, it's nobody. I think I got 40 followers. You know, ain't nobody really on my Instagram like that. I just really use it. I put stories up. I look at businesses, restaurants, celebrities, that's it. But nobody, I used to have almost 3,000 followers before I deleted my Instagram. And I got rid of it. And ever since then, my energy is so much lighter because people literally were trying to live my life, trying to pull ideas from me. You tell on yourself by posting that, you know, posting your accomplishments. You know, it's sad. Now, some of y'all, nobody really pay y'all no mind. But for those of you that always feel like, what is going on? How come every time I think of an idea or I put information out there, my friend or my family members running and they're going to try to do what I was thinking of doing or what I posted I was going to do, or I had a conversation with them? This is how sick it is. And this is why you have to analyze the people in your life, because when you're spiritually lit, when you're able to generate many ideas, people want your life. And I was blown away because to me, I don't really have anything. I don't have the money. My family's dead. I'm not married. I have no children. I'm not a rich person. Why the hell you want to be like me? And you can't tell yourself that, because these people have more than you, but they're not you spiritually. They're lame. They're spiritual lames, and this is why they want to steal from you. They can't come up with their own ideas. Empty in here. They're hollow. They're hollow within. Yeah, they can go to school and follow, you know, the book and get a degree, but other than that, they don't have their own personality. They've been living their entire life stealing people's destiny, stealing people's personality. It's creepy. And a good sign about this person is a person that wants a destiny swap with you is a person that gets aggressive when they're asking you personal questions. Like, where were you? What was you doing? They're always watching your stories and questioning you. Oh yeah, I saw you was at a beach. What beach was that? Who that guy in that picture with you? Who that woman you be with? And if you don't answer, they get angry. Every time you talk to them and feel like they're interviewing you, it doesn't feel like they're getting to know you. They just really want information from you because they're trying to destiny swap with you. They want your looks, they want your life, they want your energy, they want your voice, they want your personality. These people are sick. They're walking around and they're an empty shell. And you got to start thinking about yourself highly. And you got to stop thinking just because people have more than you that they don't want a destiny swap with you. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, these people are sick. I had to get off of social media because people were trying to become me. And I was like, why me? 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 Are you kidding me? These people are sick. And your friends start dressing like you, like, single white female, the movie. They start dressing like you, acting like you. They're literally trying to be you. It's okay that you want to match with your friend or your lover, family member. It's okay, but it's a difference between somebody, being admired by you and then trying to literally become you. That's not normal, guys. That's an empty shell. Nobody should try to become you. It's sick. India says black magic ain't nothing to play with at the end of the day. This stuff is real. Raquel, wow, I didn't know that. Universal. I've noticed that when I did that, my plans wouldn't go through. Yup. It slows your plans down. I don't know why people be thinking they untouchable. Your plans, your money, your life will slow down when people's fucking with your energy. When people are destiny swapping with you. There were specific people at work in my personal life who would always ask about my plans. Now I straight up lie and stay low. Yes, lie. Be delusional. Be lying. I be lying. I ain't gonna lie. I be lying to see what they gonna do with that information. That's what I be doing. Let me see what happens. I tell them the opposite of what I want to do, because I want to see what they gonna say and what they're gonna do next. India says all of my exes stalk me and they regret it. I want nothing to do with them. Yeah, I don't want no. That's something I don't like. I've always been that girl where it takes a man years to be like, oh yeah, I loved you all this time. I chose the wrong woman. That's okay. All right. Thank you for the information. Goodbye. I don't want you now. I want the man that saw me from day one and was like, yup, there she go. And there were men that did do that. And I'm very thankful for them. I ain't with them now, but I'm very thankful, for them. It just wasn't the right time, you know, and or I didn't feel the same for them. But I don't want no man that ain't about me from day one. You know, like they kind of like me. Nah, bro, bye, deuces. You know, no, thank you. You do nails on your IG? You a nail tech? LaJordan, is a destiny swapping considered black magic? Um, I mean, I guess so. I guess you consider that, but you really don't have to do spell work to do that. You know, it's demonic. It is demonic. I would definitely say it's demonic, but they don't got to use tools. They don't have to use deities. They don't have to use entities to do this work. Where a lot of black magic people use tools and spirits to conjure up that energy to do it. No, you know, that form of black magic is they could just use their words or persuasion. They could just ask you a whole bunch of questions. It's straight up demonic, definitely. LaJordan, I just met someone who wants to know everything about me through a dating app. No, don't answer those questions. Say we'll get to know each other through time. I always tell men who like are trying to move really fast and I just met them, I always tell them healthy relationships grow. It takes time to grow. That love bombing stuff, I don't like that love bombing. I mean, a man can love bomb you all he want. I'm gonna take the gifts, I'm gonna go on the dates, but my feelings will not be in it because it's healthier to let things go slowly. I'm never impressed when I hear people like, oh, I met my man 3 months ago and we're getting married. You're crazy. You're crazy. But go off, sis. I will never be with somebody that fast and get married to them or date them that quickly. No. I need to see you in different situations. I want to see you when you're mad. In 3 months, did you see this person mad? Did you see them sad? Did you meet their family? 3 months, you may not, they can have a damn mental disorder. That happened to me. This guy that I believe is my twin flame, it took me 3 months to figure out this dude was bipolar. I guessed it because it was like he had too many high highs and low lows. I was like, no. This dude's bipolar. And I was like, are you bipolar? Are you on medication? He was like, yeah, how'd you know? Negro, what? I said, you think you didn't want to tell me that shit 3 months ago when I met you? Every time I tell somebody, they run from me. Okay, I'm not going to run for you, but damn, dude, you be flipping on me. You could have told me your ass was on medication, homie. So in 3 months, I'm sorry, I don't know nobody in 3 months. I don't even care if God sat on my bed and told me that was my husband. I ain't getting with nobody in no 3 months. Not me. Sorry. You got to take time and let them people's demons be revealed. India says, someone at my job told me about a hairstyle that I had 2 years ago. Oh, God, yeah. I don't like that. People be watching you mad hard. That's weird. I said, how do you know I had that style? She said, oh, I saw your old Facebook page. Oh, gosh. Man, it be creeping me out. People be like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you had a YouTube, Ange. I just get quiet. I'll be like, oh, okay. That's why I don't say certain stuff on here no more like I used to. Because these people who I don't fuck with be watching my YouTube channel. So now I got to shut up. Well, Jordan, he keeps asking me, why are you not replying? What are you doing all the time? Yeah, people want to know your everyday move. I don't like that. I don't like when I just meet a guy and he's trying to figure out like at what time I leave my house, what time I go to bed. That's weird. Dude, you don't need to know what grocery store I go to. You don't need to know my pattern. We're not dating. You're not my boyfriend. You don't need to, I'm a stranger. You don't need to know my pattern. I don't like that. I do not like that. The only pattern you need to know, do I call you back? Do I answer your calls? And am I consistent with my texts? If I'm disappearing on you, then you know that I might be a shitty person. But you don't get the right to know what time I go to sleep, who am I with, what restaurant I was eating at. Dude, I don't know you. We haven't even been on a first date yet. You're giving stalker, you're giving murderer, and I don't like it. I block those people. I don't like that. Alicia says 100% the people who get upset when they don't know where you are, who you're with. Yeah, I just said that. It's crazy. And what you're up to are bad energy that you should avoid. That's not normal. It's not normal. That is, to me, that's a controlling spirit. That person is being controlling, especially if I'm not saying to this person, yeah, what time you go to bed, who you live with, and da-da-da-da-da. And I don't worry about those things because God will always reveal to me, about that person. And on top of that, people, if you listen to them hard enough, they tell them themselves pretty much. So I don't really worry about it. Lil Jordan says, why are you on dating apps in the first place? Well, it's hard to meet people today. Dating apps are literally like normal now. That's how most people end up meeting their spouse. I've met some good people from dating apps, and I met some horrible people. But 20 years ago, the quality of people on the dating apps 20 years ago are completely different now. I actually had two male friends. I met them on a dating app when I was 20 years old, and we stayed friends for 20 years. Never slept with them. They were ride or dies. They were both at my mom's funeral. Like, they held me down. Like, I was able to ask them for anything, and very good male friends. We went on one date. We feel that we weren't attracted to each other, and we stayed friends for 20 years. And, sadly, I had to end those friendships after 20 years, but 20 years is a long time to be somebody's friend. And I'm forever grateful for those men. Definitely. One was an Aries and one was a Cancer, dude. Real says, see, stuff like this make me want to move to the mountains. You want to be with the bears in the mountains. Oh God, are there bears in the mountains? I think there are bears in the mountain, or is that the woods? I don't know. That's funny. Hilarious. Oh my goodness, LaJordan, can talking to someone via phone for many hours every day cause destiny swapping? Yeah, they got information. All you need is information in when you talk on the phone with people. See, this is what's crazy. Nobody like really talks about this. You can like feel the vibration of people through text, but talking, because their voice is going into your ear. Okay, how powerful someone's voice is going in your ear. When you and I want you to think about this. When you're reading text, are you reading it in your voice or do you read it in their voice? That's how powerful it is. Their voice is in your head. That's sonic. That's like sonic warfare, right? So you're exchanging this energy with a person on the phone, and you're on the phone with them for hours. You literally make a spiritual connection with somebody by talking to them on the phone. That shit is crazy. That's deep, and I'm that's why I'm more of a texter. I don't really like to talk on the phone that much unless like I'm just starting to get to know a person. But most of my friends who I'm already close with, and we've done a lot of phone conversation, and we've known each other for years, and we spent a lot of time with each other in person. Now by this time, no, I probably talk to my friends like maybe twice a month the most. I don't be sitting up on the phone all the time with friends. And I might talk to my friend like maybe for 4 to 6 hours, and like, all right, girl, we got our phone conversation in for the month, and that's it. So even people who like they want to always be on the phone with you, those are energy vampires. They need to talk to you in the morning, especially, and they'll call you the weirdest time in the morning, the night, because they need your energy. So yes. So in order, um You can put your Instagram pretty. I don't know where you're located, but you can put your Instagram if you're looking for clients for nails. I wear press-ons. I only go get my toes done. I've been wearing press-ons for like years now, maybe since like 2018. The only time I go get my nails done is like my birthday, a wedding, special occasion. Whenever I'm like balling, I might go get my nails done because it's so expensive. And yeah, um, but you can put your information in there if you're looking for clients. Pretty says, me and my guy have been together 8 years and I'm still working on a ring. We lost both. How old are you? I've been together 8 years. You're not married yet? I'm just messing with you. Well, one thing I will say is this. If you want marriage, I don't think that it doesn't take long for a man to know if he wants to marry you. That's what I would say. And I don't like to see a lot of women waiting around. And what some women don't realize is that men will date you and live with you until they find their dream girl. And I'm not saying that that's happening to you, but I mean, some people feel if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't want marriage, but what's crazy to me is that within two guys that wanted to marry me, we only dated for 3 months and they proposed. The third guy that proposed to me, we were dealing for a year and then he proposed. So I learned very young, this happened in my 20s, I learned very young that when a man is sure about you, he will marry you. And unless he's like, oh, I'm saving up to buy you a house, I'm saving up, for the dream wedding, like, what is the reason that they're not marrying you? That also plays a huge part in it. You said we both lost our parents about what? You both lost your parents? You and your man lost your parents? My regards. We are parentless kids. That's horrible, right? Shout out to the people who ain't got no parents, because not having parents is a hard knock life. I still can't believe it. I'm 40 years old. I lost my parents 20 years ago, and I still can't believe I've been living 20 fucking years without my parents. I'm like blown away. I can't believe it. Hey Lottie, how you doing, girl? What time is it in London? Can you destiny swap? Yeah, I think so. You can destiny swap through YouTube, through social media. I had this fucking weirdo. Ooh, let me tell y'all that I think I told some people this story. I don't make friends with other content creators. Most content creators are batshit crazy. I'm letting you know that right now. Or the ones that try to befriend me are crazy. I have the craziest, when I tell you the craziest, I have the craziest stories about destiny swapping. Yes, there's this woman that destiny swapped with me, and I think she has like 100K now. There's a couple of people that was stealing my content and ideas, and they have 100K now. Do I really care? Not really. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. What am I gonna do about it? It happened. It is what it is. So I'm gonna tell you this quick story. Years ago, this is when I was doing narcissistic abuse videos, and this woman, she kept commenting on my channel. So I went to her channel and I saw that she had a channel up for 10 years, but it wasn't moving. This is scary, guys. I'm telling you, listen, this is scary. This woman destiny swapped with me. So 2015, 2016, my channel was popping. She's watching my videos. She's like the biggest fan. She's in my comments like, I love your videos. You're so right. Narcissism this, narcissism that. and she's a Black woman. Back then, 2015, 2016, I was so open to meeting other YouTubers. Her content was not about narcissism. Back then, her content was like doing like those little skits, those what they call, I don't know what those things are called, like those little mean jokes and stuff, or like short films. That's what her videos were about. It had nothing to do with narcissism. So um we start talking, and she befriended me. I realized she lived in New York. I ain't gonna say where she lived in New York, but I realized she lived in New York. The next thing you know, she started doing narcissistic videos, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So we exchange phone numbers and we get to talking. So now we're talking. I'm not going to give too much information about her because there might be somebody on my channel that will try to figure out who she is, and I don't want them to do that. But anyway, I start talking to her. I realize that she does artwork, and she's actually a very good artist. So we get to talking on the phone, and she starts talking bad about her whole family, talking bad about her baby daddy, talking bad about her mom. Mind you, she lives in her mother's house, talking bad about her brother. Her brother is an artist too. So I go over to her brother's social media, and I'm like, whoa, her brother is amazing. Her artwork is amazing too. But her artwork is like, his artwork is phenomenal. Like, I would go look at it in a museum. And she was trying to say that he was jealous of her, right? And basically, she's trying to say like he destiny swapped with her. And it was like, I didn't want to tell her like, no, your brother's a better artist than you, right? So I start putting one and two together. I was like, I think this woman's a narc. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So she would call my phone on her way to work. She'll be driving. She'll call my phone on her way to work. She kept asking mad questions about my life. And I'll be like, you don't really need to know that much. She'd ask me like my love life questions, what guys I'm messing with, what am I doing, what I like sexually, just inappropriate questions, right? And she always wanted to be on the phone with me. Then she would call me while she's at work. Then she would want to call me when she was on. I wasn't working at 9 to 5 back then, 2015, 2016. Back then I wasn't working 9 to 5. I was a hairstylist. So I had, freedom. I was making my own schedule. Then she would try to call me on her lunch break. Then she would try to call me on her way home from work. Like, these narcs, these people who are trying to destiny swap with you, they got to have constant communication with you. Then she's texting me. Then it was crazy. I called her out one day. It was Mother's Day. And she was like, my sister didn't give me nothing for Mother's Day. And she had a small baby at the time. And her baby had something was wrong with her baby. That's all I'm going to say. Something was wrong with the baby. The baby wasn't healthy. So she was like, my sister didn't get me nothing for Mother's Day. So I said, let me ask you a question. Did you get your mother anything for Mother's Day? You live in her house. Did you go to the dollar store and get her a card, get her some wine, get her some flowers? She was like, I gotta go. And she hung up on me. I called this woman out. The next thing you know, she's doing narcissistic videos. Then she started doing videos. Then she stopped answering my texts. She stopped answering my calls, and I said, okay, whatever. Next thing you know, I'm scrolling on YouTube. She does a video about me. How, I met this woman. Y'all got to be careful. You're online. She's a narcissist. I'm not going to be friends with people who make me feel bad about myself. This narcissist twisted everything. She took all my business, all my information. She started doing videos without saying my name. This is how sick they are. The next thing you know, she started doing narcissistic videos. Keep in mind, she wasn't doing narcissistic videos. Then she started exposing other content creators. She never say my name though. She would never say my fucking name. But then she started calling other content creators on YouTube narcissists. And what happened was she called out a very popular YouTuber, and that woman went off on her. That woman found out where she worked. She put her address up, her job address. She put her full name, all of that. And because of that, when she did that, a negative energy, right? And talking about narcissism, which she took from my channel, that woman blew up and went up to like 100K. True story. I'm telling you, these people are crazy. I was like, yo, this shit happened? I couldn't even believe that this type of shit happened. So when people are like, how come you don't meet up with, how come I actually met up with her because I actually hired her to do a painting for me. I hired her to draw a painting for my friend's baby. I used to babysit her baby, and I paid her to do a painting. And I remember she was like, oh, I'm only going to charge you $50 for the painting. Then at the last minute, she said $100. I said, if you don't bring that painting to me in Queens, New York, you're going to have a problem with me. She brought me that painting. I never paid her $100. I said, you're not going to do that to me. You're going to take this damn $50 and you're going to give me my painting. Because what are you going to do with that painting? You can't sell it. You already painted. She painted on glass. So I was like, you're going to give me my painting. That woman turned out to be a narcissistic psychopath. And one day, maybe like a year ago, I don't know why, but her channel popped up and I saw it and I could not believe it. She's still talking about narcissism. She's still gossiping about people. It's crazy. I said, yo, this is insane. This woman ended up being batshit crazy. So this is why I don't really befriend content creators. And it happened again with another content creator maybe 2 years ago. She started doing videos about me, and I'm like, girl, what? She started stealing my Chosen One videos. She started making videos about the things that I told her over the phone. People are fucking crazy. And the reason why they have to befriend you is because they cannot generate this information. The woman really isn't a chosen one. So she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know anything about chosen ones. So she has to keep being friends with other content creators. She found me on TikTok. She has to keep befriending other chosen ones to steal their ideas and content. This is how sick these people are. So yes, people will destiny swap with you on your own channel. I should have had 100K a long time ago. These motherfuckers stole my content. Another woman, she has like 150K. She used to steal my videos. That's what made me started to talk about more just about my personal life. Because I said, this woman can't steal my personal story. So I stopped doing videos where I'm just talking about people in general. And I started doing narcissistic videos talking about my experiences. This woman stole my content and she blew up. I'm telling you, I seen it happen. This shit happened twice to me. Be very careful. And it's very common. It's in this people, like even big companies, like right now, what you call it? There's a woman right now, she had to sue Adele, the singer. So Adele's writers stole her whole fucking album. And the last album that Adele had, they used the woman album. And she's an underground artist. This happens to music artists all the time. And art, I'm telling you, this happens all the time. Even Derek Jackson. There was a guy that the t-shirts that Derek Jackson were printing out, which Derek Jackson is a narcissist. Derek Jackson was stealing this guy's t-shirt, like, quotes and stuff. So what Derek Jackson did was, the guy didn't go get it, what is it called, when you like make it legal. So Derek Jackson was going to the guy's website, taking his quotes from his shirt, then he will go pay and patent it, and basically he was stealing the guy's property pretty much. Yo, you got to be careful. Yep, be very, very careful. It's happened to me. It's happened to a lot of people. Okay, sorry, Jeremy. You gotta get out of here because I already told y'all, do not put no motherfucking Bible verses in my chat. Stop. All right. I'm sorry. You gotta get out of here too. Ugh, the damn. Hey, Paradigm. The damn trolls in here. We got some religious trolls in here. Y'all is tripping, yo. All right, I didn't see nobody send me a cash app. I need somebody to financially bless me in my cash app right now, please. The light $, the light 777. I've been talking for 2 hours now. It's fine. I don't really care. Years ago, I really, really cared. Like, oh, I want to blow up. I want 100K. And, it would be beautiful that I can live off of YouTube money. I mean, that would be great. You know what I'm saying? But if that's just not meant to happen, my destiny got stolen, it is what it is. What am I supposed to do? The fuck am I supposed to do about it? It's done. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? It's foul, but it happens. India says they forgot that you can't lie, saying you are a chosen one to a chosen one. Oh yeah, and the crazy thing was, I didn't even expose that girl. I knew she was weird. The second chick, I knew she was weird, but I confronted her because she claimed that she was a spiritualist, but she kept talking about Christianity, and I was like, you know, you're kind of throwing me off here. You said that you're a spiritualist. You say you'd be lighting candles and burning incense. Why you keep bringing up like Jesus Christ and the Bible and the Christian church? You're kind of like, it's not making any sense to me. Like everything was religious, and I was like, oh, because she's faking. She doesn't know anything about spirituality. She's really is religious. She really isn't a chosen one. She didn't know much about chosen one life. It didn't make any sense. And everybody was a narcissist, and it was just like, okay, you keep telling that these people are narcissists, but why you keep going around them? Like the people she was talking about, she didn't have to be around them. She kept going around them. I was like, you grown. And then she was like being judgmental, and it was just like, you can't be judgmental in my life when you live with a man and you're not even married to him. Huh? So this is how I knew something was up with Shorty. I was like, yeah, she's a fake. She is a fake. And she could never talk on the spot. They can't talk on the spot. They can record videos, but she could not talk on live. She cannot really talk like on the spot if we were on the phone. She can only go copy people's videos and then talk about it in a recorded video. You see how I can sit on this live for 2 hours with y'all and talk? She couldn't do that. She can't do that. Those fakes can't do that. I'm telling you, those narcissists can't do that. They can't. I've put people to the test. I remember I had a video on here with a narcissistic male friend. He also destiny swapped with me, weirdo ass Scorpio fake narc ass. As soon as I cut the camera on, he was like, and I'm like, you camera shy or something? It's because those fakes, they only have a certain amount of information that they can talk about. They're limited. Their information is stolen. They can't talk. Every time I put the camera on him, he was freaking out. He couldn't talk. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about because he only knows a certain amount of information. That's something I noticed about them. Oh, you did, Rhonda? Thank you. It didn't come up. Thank you so much. I didn't. When did you send it? You mean weeks ago or tonight? But thank you. It didn't pop up on my phone. Alicia, you still here, Alicia? Yeah, fake people end up telling on themselves. They always tell on themselves. So yeah, going back to the destiny swapping situation. Um, Wait, do I got enough battery life? Oh yeah, my battery is good. Oh, you know what? I woke up this morning. I was so scared because I can't afford. I live in New York. I couldn't afford. I can't afford a new phone right now. My phone would not charge today, guys. I was like, my heart was pounding. I was like, please do not be broken. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, it didn't pop up. You sure you sent it to the right person? $ the light 777. Make sure you sent it to the right person. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I woke up this morning and my phone was not charged. I said, wait a minute, I slept for 6 hours. How the hell I ain't got no damn juice on my phone? It's at 26%. And then that stopped me from going where I wanted to go today. And I had to figure out how to fix my phone. So thank goodness I got my phone to charge so that I can come on tonight. But yeah, going back to the destiny swapping, in order to avoid this, you got to be very careful who you befriend. And that's, I tell you, with that story, I don't befriend no more. There's one lady, she lives in Arizona. Her birthday was yesterday. I'm going to meet her one day and that's it. She's the last person I'm scared. I'm more scared to meet content creators than I am to meet y'all. Like meet up with y'all and stuff like that. I would rather meet my supporters than meet other content creators because a lot of these content creators are crazy. I'm telling you, they're not right in the head. The people who be doing the narcissistic videos, they be the narcissists. They be the abusers. And you see this going on right now. There's this couple, they're in the spiritual community. The guy ended up being a narcissist and abusive. And they getting divorced. And they got married after 3 months. I'm telling you. And now she's on YouTube. His ex-wife is on YouTube doing videos about him and about how abusive he is and how fake he is. So I'm telling you, be careful. I mean, even when y'all watch me, y'all might think I'm not real, and I don't blame y'all if y'all don't think I'm real because these people are fake as fuck. I'm telling you, I feel more safer with my supporters, talking to my supporters. Sometimes when people book phone sessions with me, I tell them my business, but to a certain extent. Sometimes I don't answer certain questions because that's going too far. But you got to be very careful. Another woman on TikTok, she destiny swiped with me, and then when it didn't work, she got mad. So, I did pretty well on TikTok. So I have 45K on TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is metaphysical goddess, the number 7. Okay. There are scammers. I only have one TikTok that has 45K. Okay. So follow me over there. I like talking on TikTok. It's cool, but I'm kind of shadow banned right now. So I haven't been really posting on there. But so there was a woman, she was doing videos on autism, and she was like, oh, I love your videos, you're this, you're that. So I said, okay, you know what, I liked her videos. I'm not autistic, but I liked her videos because I like to see how certain autistic adults, how they're navigating through life. And then she also she would do videos about Black love. And she lived in California. I live in New York. So I kind of like to see like the Cali life, and how people date in Cali, because I heard it's really horrible. Dating here is horrible too, but I heard like Cali can be really superficial and hard for Black women to date in Cali. So I loved her videos and I thought she had a good niche, right? And all of a sudden she just started doing videos on chosen ones. And I'm like, huh? Why is she doing videos on Chosen Ones when her niche was autism and Black love? What the fuck is she doing? Child, do you know she was seeing that my account was growing and that majority of my videos were on spiritualism and Chosen Ones. So she wanted her numbers to go up. So she started doing Chosen One videos. Do you know her videos are only getting like 1 like, 2 likes? Because the thing about TikTok's algorithm, whatever you begin with, that's the video they're going to push out. It's almost like the algorithm on TikTok knows when you're full of shit. So there's times where I would do a video about something else. Like I even do videos about like, relationships, like female friendships, stuff like that. Those videos would do well because that's the type of content that I did originally when I started in 2022. So her algorithm knew she was full of shit and it wasn't pushing her Chosen One videos out, basically. But if she did a video on autism, she would get the numbers. On top of that, when you're trying to be somebody else, Spirit is not going to push it out in the spiritual algorithm. You get it? So she wasn't being authentic. And I was sitting back watching it. But then what happened was she started to get angry. And she started coming on my videos and commenting nasty, rude comments saying like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Then she started comparing me to other content creators and messaging me videos of other content creators like, oh, you remind me of her. You remind me of her. And I was like, no, I don't remind you of anybody. I am Metaphysical Goddess. I am myself. Stop sending me videos of these other creators. I am not like them and they're not like me. They're great creators, but you don't have to send me videos of other people. This also let me know that what she was doing with those creators is what she was doing to me. Meaning she's comparing herself to me and to other creators. Whenever you have like this person that's always like, you remind me of somebody, you're just like that person. They're trying to belittle you and gaslight you into thinking that you're not unique. You don't have something special. I know my shit. I don't talk about something that I don't know. I'm not saying that, I'm just this big, amazing, person, and my content is lit. No, but I know that I don't know anybody like me. I don't follow anyone who reminds me of myself. Just put it that way. So yeah, she tried to like diminish me. Then she started reporting my videos, guys. I started getting like all these reports, like we're going to like content violation. I finally figured out it was this stupid bitch. And as soon as I blocked her, guess what? The violation stopped. And it was sad. What broke my heart the most was that she's a Black woman. Why another Black woman had to do me like that, y'all? Why? But before I blocked her, she did a video talking about me indirectly. She basically was saying that my narcissistic videos that I was doing on TikTok that really was about autistic people. What? I don't do videos about autistic people. I don't know shit about autism because I'm not autistic. And I think I only have like maybe one friend who's autistic. I don't know anything about autism. That's not my content. So I was just like, what is this woman talking about? Talking about, y'all be doing videos, y'all be hurting people, talking about autistic people, but then you'll say it's narcissism. This woman was batshit crazy. But yeah, after I blocked her, the violation stopped. So be careful, guys. It's not easy. This is the dark side of being a content creator. And I know I come off very standoffish. This is why I come off standoffish, because I get fucking psychopaths like that try to destroy me. And nobody knew this. Nobody would know these things if I didn't tell you. I deal with a lot of this stuff behind the scenes, getting shadow banned, other content creators becoming jealous of me, or like, saying things to me because I triggered them, or my followers feeling some kind of way because I triggered them. It comes with a lot. And this is why I disappear a lot, because I have to recharge from all this darkness that's going on. But I don't, to me, it's not professional to make videos about it. Why would I come on here and keep making videos about what's happening behind the scenes? You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy. And people be like, oh, how come you don't post every day? What? Do you know, like, how much spiritual energy that takes? I'm not talking about bubble gums and, you know, curls. I'm talking about spirituality. It's not that easy to post about something so intense every single day. You know, spiritually is very heavy information that I'm talking about. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you for the donation, babe. Appreciate you. It didn't come up on my phone, so I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I was cussing y'all out. I'm sorry. You said, let me rephrase that diabolical obsession. How you use character assassin while trying to achieve a target, huh? Yeah, it was crazy obsession. How you obsessed with the person, but that's what happens when people are obsessed with you. Eventually, they end up hating you. First, it starts out as like admiration, you know, and then eventually it becomes into obsession, and then after that, it comes into hatred. You know, and this is why once you realize somebody is obsessed with you, you need to leave them alone in that phase, because when people are obsessed and then it turns into hatred, they can really kill you. You know, and you think that it can't get that far, but yes, people who are obsessed with you can freaking kill you, guys. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. Do not sleep on it. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think, did I miss anything when it comes to destiny swapping? Oh, okay. So, um, you know, being around people can destiny swap with you. And I think I told this story before. And what reminded me of this is I love the guy, Brother Yosef, and his channel is called New Life Channel. And he was talking about this. So you know the movie Forrest Gump, and you know the guy that played Bubba, the black guy in the movie. You know, he was Forrest's, you know, best friend in the army or whatever. So him, Bubba, the black dude, but in real life, this guy, I don't know his name. I think his name might be Michael something. But anyway, the story can be found on YouTube, and it's ghost stories, celebrities ghost stories. So I think it is, or spiritual experiences or something like that. Don't quote me wrong. I'll find the video and I'll link it in the comment section at the end of this video. And what happened was, his best friend was trying to destiny swap with him, right? You ever hear those stories of like those football players, they're about to go to college, or the basketball players about to go to college, and then all of a sudden they go to this party one night, you know, some kid invites them out to a party, the bad kid in the city, you know, in town, invites them out, and then, you know, they gang R word somebody, or like they get into a bad car accident, or they end up robbing a liquor store. Something stupid happens, some criminal thing happens, and then this guy loses his scholarship to go to school. You know, he can't go to the NBA, all because that one friend destiny swapped with him. He ruined his destiny. Every time I like, you see that is a form of destiny swapping. You making that one mistake and that one decision to hang out with a negative person, and you get your whole destiny swapped. It gets snatched from you. You got to be very careful who you hang out with, and it can always happen. One night, one day, 1 hour can change your entire destiny, right? That's why you got to be very careful. And it's sad because a lot of those things happen to people who are like 16, 17, 18 years old. They're kids. They're in college. Some of them are in college, and they get their whole destiny taken away from them because they got destiny swapped out, right? That person is jealous of them, that they have a future. But anyway, going back to the guy, that the actor from Forrest Gump. So in this story, he tells a story how I'm sure I told you this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again because it's perfect definition of destiny swapping, but on a higher spiritual level. So he's already famous. I think he's famous at this time. So he doesn't live with his mom, but he still lives not too far from his mother. And him and his mom were very close. They talked every day. But he's calling his mom, and his mother's not answering the phone. So he's getting worried. So he drives over to his mom's house. He knocks on the door. His mom comes to the door. His mom is like, "Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm busy. You can't come in. Just go. I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm alive. I'm good. Get out of here. And don't come back over here till I tell you to come back over here." And he's like, "Damn, Mom, what the hell's going on with you?" So he leaves. He gets in the car. He drives off, goes back home. And he's like freaking out, like, what is wrong? He's calling his mom, a couple of weeks go by, and then he can't take it anymore. He's just like, yo, why is my mom avoiding me? Like, what's going on? She's making me nervous. So he goes back over to the house again, I believe. I think that's what happened. He goes back over to the house again, and his mom is like, one of your friends came to visit me. Don't come back over here until I tell you to. But anyway, so what happened was, weeks prior, like, a couple of weeks prior, the mom, got a knock at her door, and it was his childhood friend. He had like an older childhood friend who was nothing like him, didn't do nothing with his life. He had a life of crime, robbing, stealing, killing, but that was still his homeboy. And she said, yeah, he came by looking for you, but when I opened up the door, his whole eyeballs were black. And his mom was a seer. So, and she saw death on him. So that was the reason why his mother told him, don't come around here. Anybody who contacts you from around here, don't link up with them. So his mother was protecting him because she didn't want her son to see his childhood friend, because she knew that the friend was trying to destiny swap with him, right? So then he finds out the friend got shot and killed. I think got killed during a robbery, or some rivals came and killed him. Yeah, that's what happened. Some rivals came and killed him, and the friend died or whatever. I think it was the day after the friend died, he gets a phone call. All right, this is a true story. I believe this guy. I believe him because I've seen some crazy shit in my life. He gets a phone call on a landline. Let me tell you something powerful about the landlines. We got cell phone now, but back in the day, some of y'all young folks don't know the landline. When you go outside, there's wires. So the wire will go from outside into people's homes, and they'll have a phone that you can plug into the wall, basically, right? Which is considered electric, right? That's the reason why the landline is so powerful. And I believe that is why certain things can come through the phone, the landline phone, because it's through electricity, right? But anyway, I know that's deep. So he picks up the phone, and it's his dead homeboy on the phone. Help me, help me. He's screaming, and he said he can hear people in the background. He said it sounded like homie was in hell. And he's like, help me, help me. He's like, wait a minute, aren't you dead? Like, what do you need help with? What are you talking about? And he's screaming, help me, help me. They're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. The spirit of death came and got him. That man is burning in hell, okay? I'm laughing. It's not funny, but this shit is so scary and deep. So his homeboy literally was going to try to swap destinies with him because he's famous. He's making money. He did something with his life. He got good family. He came to swap destinies with him so that his friend could die and he can live. Y'all think this ain't real? Go look at newspaper articles from all those inner city neighborhoods, the hood, they call it, the ghetto. And I bet you'll find so many stories. The good kid died while his friend lived. The good girl died and her friend lived because they destiny swap with you. It's scary, guys. It's very scary. Be careful who you be around. That's true. We are electric. You right. Isn't that terrifying? I'm telling you, and you know, I'm a black woman, but you know, I didn't grow up in the hood, but my parents were from the hood. My dad was born and raised in Harlem. He even died in Harlem. Um, and my mom is from the projects from the Bronx, the South Bronx. And I never understood like why they never wanted me to go to Harlem, why they never wanted me to go to the Bronx, you know, where they were from. And, you know, now I get it because there were a lot of people, a lot of bad things happen in those neighborhoods because of survival. A lot of spiritual things happen. My mom used to be like, I don't want you going to the projects I was born, you know, where I was raised at. I don't want you going up there to see your grandmother. Like, she always wanted to keep me away from the Bronx. You know, my dad didn't like me going to Harlem and stuff like that. You know, I would go visit family members and stuff, but they didn't like me over there too much. And now I get it. You know, a lot of people will try to destiny swap. A lot of people would be jealous because they didn't have the same opportunities that you had, you know? You got to be careful. Well, you got to understand that those people that are possessed, they're working with, they're not human. They have entities with them that's controlling them. So that's how they do it. So by being with him, those spirits can enter that body and leave their body, basically. That's how they take your life, pretty much. Or they can cause a situation, like a lot of times those situations, how they take your destiny is, oh hey man, won't you come out with me? And then you go out and you get into a car accident with them. Oh yeah, hey man, come out with me. And they go gang rape some girl, or they go rob somebody or something like that. So that's how they destiny swap with you. You know, sometimes somebody sleeps with you and their spirits into you, and it changes your whole destiny. So it's energy exchange. That's what it is. It's energy exchange. It sounds it sounds more complicated than it really is. It's not that complicated. Even by just being around people for a certain amount of time, your life starts to reflect their life. It's easy. It's energy. Everything is spiritual and energy. But because you can't, most people can't see it with the naked eye, they don't understand that there's an energy exchange going on. People can shake your hand and they took your energy. People go touch you and take your energy. People can hug you, take your energy. It's that easy. It's not hard to take people energy. And if you have an open spirit, if you're not protected spiritually, your spirit can easily be tampered with. It's easy. That's why I don't play that. People be trying to touch me and pop. I'll be like, whoa, whoa, I'll be doing the matrix on them. Don't touch me. Can I hug you? Nope. Absolutely not. No, you cannot. I'm very funny. I have to like really look at you. I remember, y'all know this, the rapper Most Def. But he calls himself Yazin Bey now. So when he was retiring, he had a concert at the Apollo Theater, and I bought a front row seat ticket for myself. I went by myself. And at the end of he's a Sagittarius, by the way. I wonder if he's toxic. But anyway, um, he jumped off the stage at the end of his concert. He jumped off the stage. He ran through the crowd, and people were like giving him a high five. And my groupie ass, I went like this. I put my arms out for him to hug me. This man, I'll never, and I wasn't insulted. He looked at me. He went like this. He was reading me. Yazin Bey, Most Def the rapper / actor. He stood back and he scanned me, and I said, I'm okay. And he said, uh-huh. And then he went and he grabbed me. And I thought that was so powerful. You know, him being an artist, he did not give a shit if I was a fan or not. That mother, he looked back and he was just scanning me for a couple of seconds. And the photographers were taking pictures. They was videotaping everything. He did not play. I don't blame him. You don't hug just anybody. And then he gave me the biggest hug. and all his sweat was on me. He smelled good, by the way. He ain't a dirty motherfucker. He smelled really good. He smelled like some Muslim oil. But I'll never forget that. You gotta be very careful. Don't be hugging just anybody. You know, don't be kissing on everybody. Don't be shaking hands with everybody. I just saw a spiritualist say that. She said that she hasn't shook a hand in 15 years. I said, woo! And you know how y'all be going to church and they be hug your neighbor, hug your brethren. You better stop hugging them people. You don't know what they carrying on. I thought that was so cool. Who's still in here? Let me see. Did I miss anybody's comments? Oh, my regular's still in here. I'm gonna get off here soon. I've been talking for 2.5 hours. Lord have mercy. I gotta get up early tomorrow. I got an appointment tomorrow morning. Sanaa says, "Oh nah, you called her out." Oh yeah. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Hey Victors, how you been? Lottie says it's 5:05 a.m. in London. Oh yeah, guys. So let me see. Oh, here goes some more comments. What you say? Hey Trey. You've been doing the fist bump? Yeah, I stay going like this. I stay doing that to people. Samantha says, I've been told repeatedly by one of my mentors not to shake hands. Yup, don't be shaking nobody's hand like that. You got to be very careful. Plant C says, been doing that same thing for years. Trey says, I spun the block with an ex who had, what's that? A year later, I was diagnosed with it. Hyperthyroidism? Okay, there you go. To this day, I feel like if I never dealt with him, I would have never been in that situation. Yeah, that's scary. That's so sad. Yes, people can transfer their diseases to you. You know, even thoughts. I don't like to talk to people who are constantly talking down on themselves too. That's a form of witchcraft for themselves. That's a form of spell work on yourself. I don't like that. I don't like being on the phone. Like I have a friend, my friend that lives in Chicago. She's supposed to come for my birthday. My birthday's August 15th. And she's like that sometimes. Sometimes I have to tell her like, listen, because you have to understand when people talk negative about themselves and they think negatively about themselves, they think negatively about you. You think that they're just going to automatically be like, oh yeah, I think so poorly about myself, and then look at you and be like, oh yeah, you're amazing. No, they really have on this depressive glasses. You know, they don't see the good in the things that you see. So whenever I start, that's one thing I don't like. I don't like to be around people who's always speaking down on themselves. Nope. Click like on the chat for me, guys. Click like on the video for me. If you didn't already, thank you. You really got to be careful with that. And I used to be like that. So that's another thing too. You can destiny swap yourself because you don't believe that you can make that money. You don't believe that you can get that job. You don't believe that you can have a healthier lifestyle. You don't believe that you can move. You know, so you destiny swap and your destiny gets held up. You're supposed to have more, but you keep speaking negatively and manifesting more situations, you know, more poverty. So even me, I have a you know, I'm dealing with how can I say, a lack mindset. You know, I can manifest a man, I can manifest friends, I can manifest a vacation. There's certain things that I can manifest very quickly, but large sums of money, I just, well, consistent, it's very hard because of my lack mindset when it comes to money and my trauma wrapped around money, so I'm holding up my own destiny when it comes to finance. Good night, Raquel. Thank you for being in the chat. Hopefully you enjoyed what you heard. But yeah, so you can destiny swap your damn self. Oh yeah, so I used to have this narc friend. It's crazy. I actually brung him on my channel before, but I've deleted the videos since then. He's not on it, so you can't go and try to find a video with him in it because I deleted any video that had him in it. I deleted it. So this guy, I met him years ago. We were like in a dating chat room, but I thought he was cute. But what happened was I realized I'm like 10 years older than him, pretty much. Yeah, I'm like 10 years older than him. And he was like, I don't care. I still will holler at you. And I was like, nah, baby, you too young. It's different now. I'm 40 and he's 30, but back then I was like 30 and he was like 20. And I was like, hell to no. That's too young for me. So I friend zoned him and we stayed friends. And again, I did not realize that he was a covert narcissist, and covert narcissists destiny swap with you. So, when I first met him, he was just going into college. He went into college, he finished school, and then he became a gym teacher. I think that's what he became. I think he became a gym teacher, and then he was going to work on his master's, right? So, every job he got, he just kept having issues. And I thought this was strange. And basically they was trying to say, like, one time they tried to say he was fraternizing with the students. And I'm like, fraternizing? I'm like, is my friend a pedo? What do you mean fraternizing with the students? So he got fired from one of his jobs because he used to sell like hot wings and buffalo wings like on a weekend, and he was exchanging messages with his students through Instagram, and the school found out and they felt that was inappropriate, so they fired him. There was just like so many red flags about him. Then he was sleeping with 2 teachers at the school, and I was like, you're wrong for that. You shady. You never ever shit where you make your money at. You just don't do that. No. Where you shit, where you sleep, really. You don't do that. And he was like, yeah, but they're crazy. I'm single. I can do what I want. I was like, nah, like, you wrong for that. And people become obsessive over narcissists because narcissists are so detached. So what happened was one woman went and told the other woman that she's sleeping with him, and then they joined forces, and it was a hot mess. It was just like, even though it was my male friend, I was like, dude, you're wrong. Like, you're tripping. He was a Scorpio, by the way. But anyway, so slowly but surely, I noticed that he started destiny swapping with me. So one day I was telling him how I'm going to make body products, natural body products, and I'm going to make sea moss. I went out, I made labels that said, I think, what did I name I think it was Metaphysical Goddess. I think it was like Kings and Queens, natural body products and juices and sea moss. I went and got my labels made, and I was going to like patent my name for my business. Do you know this man started selling shea butter and sea moss? And I was like, oh, I saw on Instagram you're selling shea butter? He was like, yeah, I'm selling shea butter. I said, okay. I said, you were selling wings. How'd you get from hot wings to shea butter? Oh, I don't know. I was just, looking online one day and thought like, natural body products would be a good idea. And I was like, this motherfucker got that from me. But I didn't say anything. I said, oh, okay. And I was looking at his products. They didn't look like it was love and care in it because it really wasn't his idea. He took my idea And maybe for like about a year, I didn't start doing my natural body products until I think 2022, pretty much. I make them now. I just make them for myself, pretty much, whatever. And I thought that was so strange. And I said, well, how you know about sea moss? And he was like, oh yeah, I know about sea moss. This, keep in mind, this man is not a spiritualist or nothing like that. And I'm not saying that you have to be a spiritualist to know this. He couldn't tell me the truth. He couldn't say, I took your ideas and I'm playing with them. He had no interest in body care. He had no interest in sea moss. Did it last? Did the body care line last? No, it didn't. Did the sea moss selling last? No, it didn't. Because they're taking your destiny, they're taking your ideas, and they're trying to make it their own. It's not really in their heart to do this. It's not their personality, it's not their character, it's not their interest. And when you don't do something from your core, you can't upkeep it. I couldn't believe it. Then some of y'all don't know I used to be a performing poet, right? I started in 2013, and then in 2016 I released a poetry book that I self-published on Amazon called Woman. It's still up there. It's been there since 2016. And the next thing you know, he's like, I'm performing poetry. I said, since when do you do poetry? I thought this was strange, but I said, oh, and he was actually pretty good at it. I still motivated him. And I was like, they always say Leos, we always think everything's about us. So I said, well, maybe I'm having a Leo moment. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe he's not taking my life and creating. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm not tripping. So one day he plays confession to me. He calls me and he says, I'm about to release a poetry book. I said, okay, congratulations. That's good. You know what the book is about. I start talking to him. I said, if you need any tips. He said, yeah, I'm not going to self-publish it like you did. I'm going to go through a publishing company. It's going to cost me like $1,000 to do, but I'm just going to pay the money. And I said, okay, no problem. And he said, well, I want to tell you something. I said, okay, I'm listening. He said, oh, you're the reason why I'm doing poetry. And, I saw you performing for years and I saw you did your book. So I just want to let you know that you were the reason why I became a poet. I said, okay, thank you, God, for the confirmation. I'm not tripping. This man literally is becoming a male version of me. Okay, whatever. And I stopped talking to him on the phone. And he began to get antsy because, these narcissists, they have to be in constant communication with you in order to steal your life. I said, that's enough. The body products, the sea moss, the poetry, I said, that's enough. I said, that's enough. I said, he ain't stealing no more shit from me. I said, that's it. So I stopped talking to him on the phone. I went cold turkey. He would be calling me and I'll text him back, hey, what's up? Hey, you can't talk on the phone? Can't talk on the phone. What's up? How you doing? And that is just how I continued our friendship. Dang, I really miss talking to you. And you know what I noticed? After that poetry shit, he never created after that because he couldn't steal from me anymore. I really miss talking to you. How you doing? What's going on? And I guess he didn't find someone else who was interesting to him to where he can copy off of. And, I'm sure he found somebody else. He ended up coming to New York in 2022. And after that visit, I ended the friendship. I mean, total narcissist. I ended that friendship in 2022. I was just like, oh my God, hell no. I can't be this guy's friend. And we were friends for 10 years. When he got home, I got a inbox from a woman on Instagram. And she was like, are you sleeping with him? And I said, hell no. I said, that's my homeboy. Why? What's up? What's going on, girl? And it was from anonymous, account. I knew it was a woman. She's like, oh, he's my man, and I saw he was in New York hanging out with you. And I said, girl, don't worry about it. I ain't sleeping with that man. That is my friend. I'm not into him. What's going on? And she said, oh, I think that he's a psychopath. I found about 6 other women that he's fucking, and I'm just trying to track down as many women as I can because I'm sure he slept with all of us raw. And I said, girl, I said, my friends are narcissists. Make sure you stay away from him. God bless, and don't message me no more. And after that, I cut his black ass off because you're crazy. Now your women are hitting me up. I got rid of him. Those narcissists are crazy. He literally, so I'm sure he found somebody else to destiny swap with and take their ideas and stuff. So, you got to be careful. And the reason why I really couldn't tell that he was, I knew something was up with him because he had dead eyes. Narcissists had those dead eyes. But I had only saw him maybe 4 times out of the 10 years because he lived in Texas and I live in New York. And, I would go to Texas and I hung out with him. I wasn't staying with him. I just happened to be in Texas and he drove to see me when I was in Houston. And we would hang out and I just thought he had the most deadest eyes, pretty much, So you got to be careful, guys. Yes, you could be a woman and a man can try to destiny swap with you. It seems very strange. You could be, a guy and a woman tries to destiny swap with you. You got to be very careful. I couldn't believe it. I said, what the hell? What? I'm like, who told you about sea moss? And he couldn't answer the question because he knew he learned about sea moss through me. Oh my gosh. I used to freaking swallow sea moss down. Like, especially when the pandemic came around 2020, I was like eating sea moss every day. I think that's why I never got sick. I never had C19 ever. I had so many friends who had it like 3 or 4 times. I never got that damn virus. Thank God. I was taking so much sea moss. I was eating clean. I was taking so much black seed oil. I didn't even get a cold. I never even got a cold that entire time. I literally just got a cold in 2023. I got sick last year. And I'm telling you, it's because I ain't taking that damn sea moss. Yup. Gang stalking is real. You got to be very careful. And I'm telling you, things are a lot better now ever since I deleted my Instagram, ever since I deleted my Facebook, ever since I stopped talking so damn much, ever since I stopped sharing my ideas and my dreams and my goals. I don't get destiny swapped like that. Sometimes you could test it out. You can tell somebody a fake dream and see what they do with it. You could tell a friend, and it could start something small. It could be like they're trying to dress like you, look like you, walk like you, talk like you, or you can say, I want this particular car, and they'll go run out and get that car. I want to date this guy. I want to date this girl, and they run behind that person and they try to go get that person to be with them. That's altering your destiny. That's altering your life. For real. You gotta be very, very careful. All right. Did I answer all y'all questions about destiny swapping and how to protect yourself? And you leave yourself open. Pretty much, you leave yourself open by giving too much information. Those monitoring spirits, those people who be watching your story or watching your social media and they never click like, but yet they know all this information about you. They get angry, they get antsy when you don't want to answer certain questions. Those are people who are trying to destiny swap with you. They're trying to stop you from fulfilling your goals in life. They're trying to stop you for fulfilling the spiritual assignments that God has set out for you to fulfill. And I went through this for years, being friends with narcissists. Yeah, crystals help. Yeah, I like crystals. I use crystals. I never leave the house with a black tourmaline. But they do but so much. pretty much. You know, I have my little crystal collection in my house. But you really, when you're doing spiritual protection, I feel like you got to double up, triple up. You know, it's not just, okay, I'm going to wear this crystal or carry this crystal with me and I'm going to be good. No, absolutely not. You know, it repels it some, but there are some spirits that are really strong. They don't give a damn about that crystal you got in your bag or you got in your bra or you got on your necklace. They don't really care. Trey says, I have successful family that call me up for info on my next moves. Yeah, they're competing with you. They're competing with you. Once they gather that info, they gotta go. Yep, they disappear on you because now they know what to go work on. And I've made up my mind to stop picking up the calls. Yep, be that person that just disappears. What I noticed too is friends that used to be like monitoring spirits or acquaintances that used to be monitoring spirits, they just found a new target. Basically, that's what they did. They found a new target. I noticed that they're friends with other people now. They copy from those people. They stopped because they couldn't see my social media anymore. I stopped answering their calls, so they just went and got a new target. So I noticed that, you know, now they're dressing like those people. Now they're acting like those people. Now they're hanging out with those people, and they stop calling me. And that, I'm fine with that because that just lets me know they only wanted to be in my life to mimic me, and that's it. And it's so weird. Be yourself. But they can't be themselves because they don't know themselves. They're hollow. A lot of these people don't have a personality. They never had goals in life, you know, and you get confused because a lot of people actually have a 9 to 5. A lot of these people have like a college degree, but they don't have a personality. You cannot buy a personality. You cannot buy a soul in the fucking, you know, in school. You don't go to college to get a soul. You don't go to college to get a personality. That is something you have to be born with and develop through time. And they don't have it. So they come around you to steal you, to become you. Exactly. NPCs. Some of them are NPCs and some of them are just losers. Ouch, I hit my toe last night. That shit hurt. Ow. Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all remember this story. This is one person, you know, that, you know, I guess has been in my life since I was a kid. You know, she's actually a family friend. We've known each other since we were babies. Our moms were like best friends in the 70s and 80s, pretty much. And she's always been competing with me since we were kids. And what happened was last year, 2023, I was supposed to go to Mexico. Y'all know that. I was supposed to go to Mexico for my 40th birthday, and I ended up having to cancel my birthday trip. But I said, it's okay. I'm going to go in 2024. And then I started working again last year and worked there for a couple of months up until this month, June. But anyway, she knew that we were going to go to Mexico together in 2024. And the plan was to go February 2024 to Mexico. As February was approaching, actually when January approached, I saw her for New Year's. She came to New York. We partied together and everything like that. And then I was like, oh, January's approaching. You know, January's here basically. When are you going to buy your plane ticket? Because we said we're going to go to Mexico in February. She was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to buy my plane ticket in February. In January. And I don't think I'll be able to go in February. Do you think that you can move the trip up? So I said, okay, how about we go in April? That way you already get your income tax check. So income tax check comes around. I didn't even know if I was going to get anything, where I barely got anything. At the last minute, I filed, and I think I got like $500 or something like that back. And my plane ticket was already purchased for April. So tax time is coming up, the deadline to file your taxes. So I'm like, hey, girl, because most of the time people get their check in like February or March, and she has kids. So I know she's getting like at least 10K back. So I'm like, oh, she won't be able to pay for her trip because she's going to get maybe like 10K back. So or more. So I said, hey girl, when you gonna buy your plane ticket? Because the trip is in April. You know, this girl is gonna say, oh, I didn't tell you, but I'm not working right now, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? You were just working in 2023, so you're gonna have an income tax check. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like making excuses. She's the one that's like, let's do this trip, blah blah blah. Let's do this trip, this girl's trip. And I was like, you know what? At that point, I was like, okay, I'm gonna end up going to Mexico by myself. No problem. I made sure I booked my hotel for the first, I think 3 days I booked my hotel for, and then the other hotels I booked when I was in Mexico. But anyway, moral of the story is that people are full of shit. And last week I'm scrolling through TikTok, which is crazy because I usually don't see like my friends that I follow. I don't really see their TikToks. It gets kind of lost in the other post. And this bitch was in Mexico. So why did you do all of that? What did you get out of that? Right? So that's the story, guys, because some of you didn't hear the story about this incident. So her birthday passed on the 31st. July 31st was her birthday. Guess who didn't wish her a happy birthday? Me. Because I'm done. To me, you're a fucking weirdo. And was on a cruise that went to Mexico, and she was with a friend. So when did you buy this cruise ticket? When did you fly to another state? I think they had to fly to Florida, actually. I don't think this cruise left from Texas. She lives in Texas. When did you plan this whole thing? When we were supposed to go to Mexico together. You know, and people do this weird ass shit. They're weirdos. People will not like you, guys. People will be in competition with you. Out of all the countries she could have went to, she decided to book a cruise to go to Mexico. Right? Okay. Her birthday passes. I don't say shit. I have absolutely nothing to say to her. You know, sometimes people are weak spirits. They don't like you. They admire the way you are. I don't think she likes me. I think that she thinks I'm better than her. I think she admires how I carry myself. I think she admires my mind, my spirituality, all that. But she doesn't like me because she feels that I'm better than her. Why would you do that? Like, who does that? So I didn't say happy birthday to her, and I had nothing to say. I woke up this morning and guess who's on my phone? Hey sis, how are you? It's your birthday. It's only the 4th. So you should be celebrating your birthday. You should be focused on your birthday. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. You know what you did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm done. And this is the type of weak ass shit that people do when they're corny like that. You know, some of these people are very corny, pretty much. And I'm done. I really don't see me being in her life again. I'm finished, pretty much, because that was weird. That was so weird. And I haven't spoken to any of like my other friends about it. I've only told y'all about it. But I found that so funny how she knows I ain't fucking with her, because why is it your birthday and you're texting me? Why are you hitting me up? Oh yeah, and I unfollowed her. I didn't block her on TikTok. I unfollowed her on TikTok. I unfollowed her on Instagram. Because I have like a burner page on Instagram. And I'm done. I don't even want to look at her. Because that's some weirdo ass shit. Who does that? But this is the type of stuff that people do when they don't like you, but they're too pussy. It's kind of like a car accident. You can't help but look. They have to watch you, chosen ones. They have to watch you. They don't like you. They wish they had your energy, and they want to mimic your life. It's weird. Yeah, she might be a karmic, but the cycle is over, because when I get to a point where I want to bash your face in, you gotta go. You got to go. You know, when you're conjuring up violent emotions in me, yeah, you gotta go. Because I don't like to be in that energy. Because I'm not naturally a violent person. But when you push me to the point where I'll slap the shit out of you if I saw you right now, or I'll punch you, or I'll do something to you, yeah, you gotta go. Because I like to be calm, cool. You know what I'm saying? Trey says she's being passive aggressive with her shade and following up with you to see if you notice. Oh, I notice. And I'm glad. And she's freaking out though. She is. She's one of those people that cares about what people think about her and all this stuff, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, I saw her. I ain't fucking with her, and I hope she noticed that I unfollowed her, and I'm sure she did. And I didn't block her because I want her to watch me. Sometimes you want people to watch you. I want her to watch me. And I think she'll probably be stupid and try to contact me on my birthday and say happy birthday. And when she does, I'm not even responding. I'm done. You're a fucking weirdo. You're 42 years old and you're a fucking weirdo. You're a loser. You're a loser. Who does that? And it's just so many other things that she's done. But this is like the last straw. If you don't like me, just say that. Say that with your chest. If you don't like me, be like everybody else and just be a weirdo and watch me on TikTok and don't say nothing. You know, but like texting me and saying, hey sis, and I miss you and I love you and let's hang out when I come to New York. For what? You're a weirdo. You don't like me and it's okay. You know, our lives turn out to be extremely different. And I actually cut her mother off years ago. Almost 10 years ago, I cut her mom off. Her mom's a fucking weirdo. Most of the time, if the mom is a weirdo, the child is a weirdo. Okay? And this was my mother's friend's daughter, you know, and you usually look at your mother's friends' kids as like your family. But to me, you're not family to me. You know, you're not family to me because she's always compared herself to me, and we are two different people. Just be yourself. Stop trying to be like Angelique. Be yourself. And it's just so weird because this girl, she got married. She chose to get married in my 20s. Somebody proposed to me when I was 20. I said no. She got proposed to at 20. She decided to get married. She had 3 children. Both her parents are alive. My parents are dead. I don't have family. She has shitload of family. Her parents moved her to a whole nother state. They paid for everything. I didn't have that luxury. I ended up inheriting a house. It's like our lives are 2 different paths. Why are you trying to be me? Why are you trying to compete with me? Just be yourself. But the thing about it is these people can't be themselves because they're fucking losers. That's why. They don't know themselves. They didn't do their healing work. They don't have a relationship with God. And instead of just trying to find out who they are in the core, they like, oh no, I'll just mimic other people. I'll just become other people. That's basically what these people are doing. But yeah, I talked for 3 hours. I can't believe it. But I think I got everything out that I needed to talk about. Thank you for talking with me tonight. Hopefully I gave you a little bit more understanding on what destiny swapping is. It's a real thing. Please be careful. Protect your energy. Stop making friends with everybody. Stop sleeping with just everybody, because energy swapping is real. You know, it's not just about people trying to steal your money, you know, or just still, you know, trying to sleep with you. You know, people really try to destroy your life because you are everything they want to be. So please be careful, guys. You're very welcome. I enjoyed talking to y'all tonight. And I'll probably be back on sometime next week. We'll see. And yeah, if anybody's birthday is coming up. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Happy birthday to any Leos in between now and next week. Happy birthday. Exactly. Move in silence. Like I said earlier, this is my only job for now, so make sure you donate. I will put that information in the comment section when I leave this live. Also, I do phone booking sessions. If you want to talk about the chosen one journey, your spiritual journey, you want to talk about zodiacs, you just need somebody to talk to, you need to vent, you feel like you can't talk to a therapist, you feel like you can't talk to your family, your friends, your lover, whoever, you can book me just to talk. I don't just do, steps in how to heal. I do empathetic phone sessions as well, where I just listen to you while you vent. That's $20 for 30 minutes, $40 for 1 hour. How you can book with me will be in the comments section after I get out of this live. Okay. You have to let me know for a phone session 24 hours in advance. I'm not your homegirl. You can't just hit me up the day of and be like, hey, girl, call me. No, it don't work like that. This is still a business. I know that I'm mad, low key, homegirlish to you, but I'm still running a business here. I have a life. There's times where I'm not home. I don't sit at home all day waiting for people to book phone sessions with me. I be outside enjoying life. So I need a 24-hour in advance before you book a phone session with me. Please respect my time as I will respect your time. All right. I love you guys, and all that information will be in the comment section when I get out of the live. And stay safe out there in these spiritual streets. Protect yourself and analyze everybody in your life. Do a reevaluation of everybody in your life. Some people are energy swapping with you. Some people don't like you. That's it. They may not even be energy swapping with you, but they too pussy. They too spiritually punks to tell you, look, I don't like you. And they'll stick around with you until they tire you out, until you cut them off. Do them a favor and cut their ass off today. Get away from them and watch your life start to grow when you get away from these people. All right. Love y'all and talk to you soon.